Entire lawn mowed in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, after last week, my back was all jacked up. And so today I felt great. Well, then at 3 o'clock, I get a call. My 80-year-old father-in-law says, I fell. Can you come help me? I couldn't get him up. I had to call an ambulance.
Oh, no
His
way.
legs wouldn't work. So I don't know what happened. They're running tests on him. My wife's, and they won't let her in because, the COVID stuff at the hospital now.
Yeah. Our S&T Bank broadcast booth, relationship banking one customer at a time. It is time now for our starting lineups. And Pat, you have the starting lineups for us tonight.
Yeah, as we've talked about already, it's going to be a different night for Indiana. But on offense, we got the same guys up front. We got Mason Fisher. He's a junior, 5'9", 180 pounds. At tackle, Andrew Anderson at guard. He's a junior, 6 foot, 207. The sophomore center is Ben Cochran. He's 6 foot, 250 pounds. At the other guard is Adam Clark. He's a 6'1", 290 pound junior. And at tackle is senior Owen Clifford. He's a 6'3", 244 pounder. At the wideouts, you have senior Blake Hodak. He's 5'9", 145 pounds. At the other wide receiver, sophomore Anthony Kowchuk. He's 5'10", 135 pounds. As we talked about, Fox Van Leer, he's a senior, 5'9", 180 pound senior at quarterback. As we mentioned too, he started every game as a sophomore, and then last year missed most of it because of injury. At the running backs position, you got Zach Harrington at the fullback position. He's a senior, 5'9", 195 pounds. Corbin Wilson will be at the Z-back. He's a senior, 5'8", 139 pounds. And at the other back, you have Liam McFarland. He's a junior, 5'9", 145 pounds. For defense for Indiana, we have a change at cornerback because Devin Flint's out at corner as well. So I believe Josiah Johnson will get the start there. He's a 5'8", 144-pound senior. Up front, at the other corner is Corbin Wilson. He's a senior, 5'8", 139 pounds. Up front, you have Alec Clark, junior, 6'1", 285 pounds. And yes, he and his brother Adam are twins. So I did not mispronounce their name. You have Alec and Adam. I'm not sure who's going to be at the nose tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if Adam Clark gets the start at nose. And then you have Owen Clifford at the other tackle, senior, 6'3", 244. Your linebackers, you have Jake McCracken. Boy, Jake played great last week.
Yes, he did.
He was named the player of the week by the coaches for Indiana. He's a senior, 6'3", 222 pounds. He's kind of the emotional leader on defense. Then you got Isaac Nygren at middle linebacker. He's a 6 foot, 175-pound sophomore. Then you have Garrison Doherty. He's a junior, 5'8", 183 pounds. And then Blake Hodak at the outside linebacker. He's a senior, 5'9", 145 pounds. Deep in your secondary, you got Zach Harrington. He's a senior, 5'9", 195 pounds, strong safety. And your free safety is Fox Van Leer. He's a senior, 5'9", 180 pounds. Now, I imagine we'll see some Liam McFarland in there as well to give Fox a blow. Because obviously we know the cupboard's a little bit thin since some of these injuries at quarterback. So you don't want to get Fox dinged up any more than he needs to. So that's our lineups tonight. And, for the most part, it's intact, except for the two spots, nose and quarterback. So hopefully we'll be able to persevere.
You are listening to the Indiana Total Therapy pregame show, and again, we're broadcasting live from our S&T Bank broadcast booth, relationship banking one customer at a time. Coming up next, we're going to hear about the keys to the game, and there's probably some interesting keys to the game tonight, given some of the personnel changes here for the Indiana Little Indians. But we'll hear that next, and we'll do a quick preview of this game, taking a look at maybe what this Derry Trojans lineup may bring for this against the Indiana Little Indians tonight. You are listening to Indiana High Little Indian football on 1450 WDAD, AM 100.3 FM, and the Trib Live Sports Network.
School football time, and that means time to stop by Luxembourg's Jewelers and lay away great gifts for the holidays. Luxembourg's offers a huge selection of diamonds and gems mounted in your favorite ring, pendant, or earrings. Score big with great giftware selections like keychains or pens, custom plaques and trophies for that special award. Team up with Luxembourg's Jewelers for that perfect gift and lay away today. Luxembourg's in the Indiana Mall, downtown, or on the web at luxembourgs.com. Luxembourg's Jewelers, we are Indiana's Jewelers.
For Judge, because my story is like so many of yours. Born and raised here, I worked my way through college and law school. As a prosecutor, I'm tough. If you deal drugs, you go to jail. If you're a violent criminal, you go to jail. If you prey on children or seniors, you go to jail. I'm running for judge because we need someone with experience in protecting our community. I'm Gina Force, and I'm asking for your vote. Paid for by Gina Force for Judge.
I'm with the voice of the IUP Crimson Hawks, Jack Benedict. And Jack, finally, you will be back in the booth broadcasting the Hawks. How good does that feel?
Mark, I'll tell you what, I can't wait. It is about time that I get back there.
And we'd like to invite your business to join our Hawks Booster Club.
That's right, back the best, the IUP Crimson Hawks, and help us sponsor the games for thousands of listeners on air and online. Check out the Crimson Hawks Sports Booster Plan, which is attached.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense. Oh, now you do your job.
The Indiana County Technology Center Adult Education Program offers a variety of career pathways for adults. Whether you're looking for a new career or simply just learn new skills, ICTC's selection of diverse programs will help you achieve your goals. Our programs are tailored to fit your needs and offer industry-specific certification opportunities. Call today at 724-349-6700 to find out how we can help you become more successful.
And we are back from our S&T Bank broadcast booth, relationship banking one customer at a time. We are live at Andy Kuznetsky Field as we're just a few minutes away from the opening kickoff as the Indiana High Little Indians will take on the 0-2 Derry Trojans. And it is time now for our Keys to the Game, sponsored by Luther Ford Lincoln in Homer City.
All right, Mark. So, we've talked a little bit about it. Indiana's 1-1. They come off the big win against Burrell last week. Derry is 0-2. They came off a big loss to Mount Pleasant. and the week before to Latrobe. So they're giving up 62 points a game. Indiana has to capitalize on that. So on offense, Fox Van Leer at quarterback. How's he going to do having not played at quarterback in a game in almost 2 years? That's going to be, are we getting the quarterback exchange from the center? Eliminate those little mistakes, cadence, count, snap count, those type of things. It's a different inflection. Are our guys going to be used to that? The other thing is our running backs and our ground game needs to repeat what they did last week. 48 plays, roughly 480 yards. That's pretty productive. And that set a single game rushing record for Indiana, I believe, last week.
Wow.
Again, let's not forget, this is a totally new offensive line. So they're doing their job the first 2 weeks. I expect to see another big game out of Corbin Wilson, and we need Zach Harrington to carry the load tonight. He's going to have to get productive yards like he did last week, maybe break a couple. No turnovers, and again, capitalize. We're bigger, stronger, faster. Indiana needs to hit them and leave no doubt early on. Defense, keep getting better. Control the line of scrimmage. The guys up front have done a good job. They got to continue that. The young linebackers, as coach has said, take another step. Isaac Nygren and Garrison Doherty, they need to be more physical, more aggressive, and you saw that a little bit last week. Jake McCracken, he's got to dominate. If he can do that, Indiana will be fine. Can Indiana adjust to the spread offense? Derry's going to come out. They're going to spread you out. They're going to try to throw the ball. Let's see how we adjust. Josiah Johnson has to do a great job filling in at cornerback for Devin Flint. No big plays. I say it every week. Avoid the big plays. Last week, Indiana did a great job of minimizing those big, long 20, 30-yard chunk plays. They gave up one, and it ended up in a touchdown. How are they going to do tonight? Eliminate the big plays, and Indiana will be fine.
I think the big key, too, is eliminate mistakes. You're missing a quarterback here tonight, and that is already putting you a little bit behind the 8 ball. But what you need to do is make sure that you minimize the mistakes. No turnovers, no stupid penalties. Be smart when you're out there playing the game, and you play a clean game and build on the momentum that you already built the past couple weeks. You could be looking at 2-1 season to start this out, and I think possibly 3-0. They could have been.
They could have been.
But we're getting set for kickoff here. Back deep for the Derry Trojans. We have that number 11, and we did not have him listed on the roster. But Blake Revore is, I believe, the other deep man, who's also their quarterback.
No, I think it's 34.
34?
Yeah, I think 34 is back deep, not 24.
So that's Catone then.
Yeah, and Blake Revore is out, is my understanding. I don't think he's even dressed tonight, number 24.
So that was so that's a late bit of news. We didn't know that. I think that I did hear somebody saying that in the booth over here.
He's down on the sidelines in a pair of sweatpants. So
well. Then I guess it's even.
Yeah, they're missing some guys too. That's what football's all about. But we do have our kicker back.
Yes. So the kicker is back. So a little bit of give and take here tonight, and the kick is off, and that is going to be fielded by the mysterious number 11, who's going to take it up the middle and up about the 36, 37-yard line. We'll try to find out who that young man is. Because that's going to be important. I know he's also in their starting lineup, so we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll see this Derry offense right off the bat. Now, the one thing about the Indiana defense, they have been susceptible the first couple of weeks to giving up some passing yards, and they've been able to get to the quarterback, but they have given up some of the some bigger passing plays, and that's one thing they'll have to keep an eye on tonight.
Yeah, and it looks like number 27 is who's lining up under center.
So Mason Beeman. So Beeman is going to hand the football off, and I believe that's Ward who's going to carry the ball, and Ward will be dropped for a loss.
Blake Kodak filled that gap and made a tackle for a 2-yard loss. So they're starting off hot.
Blake has been off to a tremendous start here in this season. I thought he's been played really well the first couple of weeks, and 12 tackles already early on in this early season.
Yeah, he's doing a really nice job. He came in when Rourke Jones went down the first game and has done a great job.
And up the middle again for the Derry Trojans, and nothing doing again, and that Indiana defensive front standing tall yet again.
Yeah, the front really held them up, and the linebackers were able to clean that up. You know, you had,
and are we going to get a timeout already on the field? We are. The Derry Trojans not happy at all with what they saw the first couple of plays, as they've gained a net of nothing, net 0 yards. So we're going to take a quick 30-second timeout, and we'll be back right after this. You're listening to Indiana High Little Indian Football on 1450 AM and 100.3 FM WDAD and the Trib Live Sports Network.
Shannon Lipniskus, Hutton Blues Insurance of Indiana, is proud to support high school football.
I'm Jay Blues. You can't beat football season, and when it comes to your insurance needs, you won't beat the service we provide at Hutton Blues Insurance.
Our family business has served Indiana and the surrounding counties for more than 3 decades.
Once you do business with Hutton Blues Insurance, we'll make you a customer for life.
So best of luck, area teams, from your friends at Hutton Blues Insurance in Indiana.
Coach Snyder, do you have a name for number 11 for Derry? Amari Robinson. Did you get that?
Yes. So as we come back, some motion on the offensive line for Derry, and this 3rd and 10 is going to turn into a 3rd and 15 with that procedural penalty.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not what Coach Skillings wanted to do out of a timeout. You know, they're struggling to get anything productive on offense, and then to have a self-inflicted wound like that, I'm sure that's not what he wanted.
So Mason Beeman is the new quarterback here for Derry tonight, and Ahmad Ward, the young man who has carried the football twice, and Coach Overdorf said he was impressed with that young man's running ability. We've got one receiver split left. 3 running backs in the backfield, and again, a flag is thrown right after the ball was snapped. We'll see who this one's on. A little bit of pushing afterwards, too.
Yeah.
So it was 3rd and 15 here as we're down to the 11-minute mark here in the first quarter. But right off the bat, if this one's against Derry, they're the ones shooting themselves in the foot, and it is.
A legal substitution. They had 12 men on the field.
And that's frustrating, too, as a coach. And you just had a procedural call and now an illegal substitution. So the Trojans are going to be looking at 3rd and 20 on their opening possession of this football game. Indiana has looked sharp, and Derry has not spread it out as much as I expected them to. Just 1 or 2 receivers split out, and that is Amari Robinson, who is number 11. He is the lone receiver split out. 3 running backs in the backfield. The give is going to be to one of the up men, and I think that is Catone. So Catone comes forward, maybe gets a yard, but nothing more than that as an interesting play call. But I guess, you are missing your starting quarterback, so maybe you're not as comfortable coming out throwing the football as much as you would be.
Yeah, there's really not many plays in the playbook for 3rd and 20.
So the Trojans are going to punt the football away, and Indiana, we're going to see their offense. The football is punted away, and I believe that is Wilson who's going to field the football across midfield, across the 40, the 35, the 30. There's a flag on the field, and Wilson's going to take it all the way down to the 10-yard line. Corbin Wilson with a great return and some great blocking, and the flag was actually thrown well up the field. So if this does go on Indiana, which you would expect it to.
Yeah, it shouldn't hurt them too bad, but it's definitely going to come back. Illegal block of some sort.
It was thrown near the 21-yard line of Derry. So depending on where they spot that foul, they're still going to get great field position here in Derry territory to start this drive.
Holding on Indiana. So
the football is going to be placed at the 32-yard line of Derry.
Well, that was Corbin Wilson did a really nice job catching that ball and getting the seam.
Here is Harrington with the football given up the middle. He's going to take it across the 25-yard line down to the 24-yard line. Nice first down yardage there for Mr. Harrington. So they are going to spot him at the 24. So that's about an 8-yard pickup.
And that's what the Indiana's going to need tonight. That offensive line has to impose their will on Derry early on.
2nd down and 2. Harrington with the carry yet again. He's going to find a little bit more running room. He keeps the legs moving, and he's going to move the pile forward for a first down and then some. Take it across the 20 into the red zone. So good job by the line, but also a great job by the running back there. Zach kept those legs moving and picked up that extra yardage.
Yeah, Zach Harrington runs so hard, and he's such a physical runner. You like to see that they're getting him into the mix early tonight, and they're giving Fox a chance to just settle into the game.
What this also does, it has that defense keying on him if that counter comes the other way. But this time it is going to be Van Leer is going to keep it up the middle after faking the handoff. Ball's on the ground. Let's see if Derry has it, that they're saying they do. This is what the Indiana did not want to have happen. And they are going to say that the Derry comes away with the football. So a fumble. Nice pickup again, down to about the 15-yard line, but the ball was fumbled again. And this has been something that has been a bugaboo of Indiana's over the past couple of weeks, is turning the football over and putting it on the ground.
Yeah, we've talked about this week after week. You cannot turn the ball over in these situations. They had a great drive set up by the good punt return. Now the defense has to rise.
So the ball is placed in the Derry yard line. I'm sorry, the Derry 14-yard line. No gain here on first down. 8:53 left to go in a scoreless first quarter. Each team has had one possession. One was turned over on downs, and the other turned over by a fumble. So 1-yard pickup there. I believe that was Ward who carried it again. So it's interesting where both starting quarterbacks, are not able to play in the game for various reasons. So 2nd down and 9 here on the 15-yard line. Full house backfield for Derry, and another flag.
I think they're going to get flagged for illegal substitution. They broke the huddle with 12 guys. Tried to run off a guy late, but that's their second illegal substitution.
They're going to have to get that figured out, because that's second illegal substitution in essentially 4 or 5 plays. So going to push it back. 2nd down and 14 now for Derry.
Just outside the 10-yard line.
Again, full house backfield for Derry as Beeman is going to hand the football off. A little bit more running room this time for, I believe, Ward carrying the football. He's still going to get back near the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was a good job there. Fox Van Leer came up and made the tackle. He did get a little, and Corbin Wilson was also on that. So it's going to bring up about a 3rd and 11.
Let's say a short 11 or a long 10, however you want to look at it. But ball is still Derry deep in their own territory on their own 14-yard line, 7:48 left to go in the first. First time we're seeing a shotgun formation, and everybody is spread out. Here is Beeman running to the right. He's going to be pressured and sacked down at the 1-yard line.
Jake McCracken came off the edge, and there was nowhere for Beeman to go. And
Beeman took the snap and tried rolling to the right, and McCracken just chased him down and just dropped him. They're going to place it, maybe give him forward progress to the 2, but either way, 4th and a mile for Derry, and great defensive play again. They're going to punt the football, and Indiana should have great field position once again.
Yeah, that they came out in shotgun, tried to roll him out to his right, and Jake just shot right in and did a really nice job of keeping contained and making the tackle.
Keep an eye here, too, on the punt. They're way deep in their own territory here. Not a lot of room to receive that snap.
And we got another flag.
And another penalty. And
it's on Derry. Looks like another substitution penalty.
Wow. That's their 4th penalty of the night.
They had 12 guys on. They're running a guy off now.
So they're But
now they're just inside their own 1.
So and another whistle here. It's 4th and 23 officially. And we'll see what's going on here, why they're blowing this whistle. But so Corbin Wilson's back to receive this punt. Indiana looks like they want to come after it. Ball is going to be away, so they do get the punt away, and Wilson's going to call for a fair catch. He bobbles it, but he falls on top of it, so a little bit of a break as that ball sailed on him a little bit more than he expected, it looked like, but he will fall on top of the football, and Indiana will take over at about the 35-yard line. So good field position, but early on, boys, just hold on to the ball.
Yeah, that's, we've talked about it all year, and that's really what Indiana has to do.
So the ball will be on the Derry 35-yard line. 7:05 left to go here in a scoreless first quarter. Here's Van Leer with his second shot at this. A little bit of motion.
Indiana got them to jump. So they're going to get a free 5. That's the freeze play where Indiana puts a guy in motion, they give a hard count, and Derry jumped. Ironically, Burrell didn't jump once last week.
No, they did not.
Very disciplined. Against Ligonier the first week, we got about 5. Well, at least on that.
The fifth. Well, this is the 5th penalty against Derry in about 5 minutes. So yeah. I wouldn't say discipline is.
No. I'm not saying Derry.
No, I know. Right. So here's the give. I believe this is McFarland is going to have an opening. The 15 down to the 10, the 5. He's going to go into the end zone for the touchdown for the Little Indians.
Yeah, that's a play that Indiana's really been working hard on. That's just the toss. They give you heavy inside, Harrington, and now let's get it out on the perimeter. And Liam McFarland was able to break that for a nice touchdown run.
Came right out of the gate with that one. Again, had a couple of big runs by Harrington in that first series, and that set up McFarland around the end. A great-looking run. The Little Indians strike first 6-0. And this is something we haven't seen in 2 weeks. It's an extra point kick attempt.
Yeah, it's nice to have Brock Miller back. Now let's see if we can put it through the pipes.
Here's the snap. The ball is down. Kick is up.
Everything
and it's good. 7-0. Indiana takes the early lead. 6:55 left to go in the first quarter. You're listening to Little Indian Football here on AM 1450 WDAD, 100.3 FM, and the Trib Live Sports Network.
I'm Joe Pittman. Indiana County and its neighbors in the 41st District are Western Pennsylvania. Hardworking, independent people, the energy supplier to millions. We need a voice in Harrisburg, and I humbly ask for your vote for Senator from the 41st District.
This is the voice of the IUP Crimson Hawks, Jack Benedict, inviting you to follow the Hawks home and away on U92.5 FM and at U92radio.com. Start your Saturday game day with another Indiana County tradition, the Luther Ford High School Coaches Corner Show, every Saturday morning on WDAD AM 1450, 100.3 FM, and on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Since 1969, Luther Ford's High School Coaches Corner, every Saturday from 8 to 10 on WDAD.
Seven to nothing Indiana, and here is the ensuing kickoff, and it's going to be fielded by, I believe that is, well, we'll see. That's somebody different out there right now for Derry, but he's going to be swarmed at about the 22-yard line and dropped. That was Catone.
Isaac Nygren on the tackle. He shot right through and made a great play on special teams.
So Derry changed up their kick returners on that, but either way, they're going to have another long field ahead of them as the ball is going to be placed at, I believe, the 27, 28-yard line. 6:46 left to go in the first. Here's the give to Ward. He's going to be swallowed up and actually looked like fumbled the football. Derry's going to fall on it, but they'll fall on it well into the backfield.
he got hit immediately by the Indiana front. I mean, they just really came in and did a nice job of bottling up the line of scrimmage, and they hit him as soon as he got the ball.
I know Alec Clark was back there as well, but their loss is going to be of 3 yards officially, and here is going to be Ward having the football again. He's going to have some room around the outside, does get the corner, lowers the shoulder, and gets out of bounds, and there's going to be a late hit. This on a late block by Derry. So Ward, who's going to get out of bounds just shy of the first down with a nice run. He's going to get to about the 36.
Yeah, number 62 came over as he was out of bounds and really just hit Blake Kodak from the blind side. So
a 12-yard pickup, it looked like, for Ward, who was going to set up a 3rd and 1, but instead a hit after the runner was clearly out of bounds. The block was delivered, and the officials who are right there tonight, they're not letting anything go. That is the 6th penalty already in this football game.
Yeah, I know Coach Skillings for Derry has to be very frustrated right now because there you had a positive play and then something like that was so unnecessary.
And it happened after the play, so that should still be 3rd down because would have been a dead ball foul. So it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. 3rd down and 15 now on the 21-yard line, and here is going to be a pitch to Ward. He's going to try to cut the football back, but he cuts it right into a host of Indiana players. I heard a whistle. The ball did come out. We'll see if did they say that. I think that they said that they blew him down.
Yeah, Isaac Nygren had the initial tackle and hit the ball loose. So that's going to bring up 4th down and a lot.
How about Indiana's defense early on? I mean, they have just put up a wall.
Yeah, they came out and they're doing very much what they did last week against Burrell, being very aggressive.
Here's a 3rd punt of the night for Derry. This one is going to be returned by Wilson. He's going to try to cut it around the outside. And another flag here on the nice run back by Wilson. Out of the 2, he's had 2 really nice run backs, and they're both going to be taken back by penalties because this one is thrown
about the 44-yard line.
So again, the officials are right on top of it. So Indiana's gotten called with a couple of penalties themselves, and the special teams penalties, they'll have to try to minimize that because Wilson had a nice run, and that actually, the block in the back looked like it was even a little bit away from the play once, but or if it was a hold, I guess they didn't. I didn't see the official signal, but it's going to push it all the way back to Indiana's 46-yard line. 5:13 left to go, and those penalties certainly slow the first quarter down. Indiana leading 7-0. McFarland in motion, and here's the freeze play. Derry not jumping this time.
This is the first time Indiana started in their own territory.
Got receivers split left, one right. Harrington, the lone setback, and here comes Wilson in motion. He's going to get the pitch. McFarland leading the way, gets a nice block on the outside. There goes Wilson, the 30, the 25, the 20. He's still on his feet as he stays in bounds. He's going to take it into the end zone for an Indiana touchdown.
Well, Indiana's clearly found something that they like. That toss play, getting out on the edge, and really once they get on that edge, last time it was McFarland, this time McFarland set the block up for Corbin Wilson.
He had a nice block on the outside, and that just sealed that edge for Wilson to hit. And it was just a matter whether he could keep his feet in bounds as he was down near the 15-yard line. He kept the balancing act going to stay in bounds and then went into the end zone. And Indiana, boy, a couple of quick strikes here on the ground with McFarland, a nice run, and now Wilson with what ends up being a 54-yard run for a touchdown. So that'll be an easy drive summary as we take a look at that.
Our drive summaries, for first Commonwealth drive summaries. Last time it was 2 plays. This play it was 1 play.
And here is the extra point. Hey, 2 for 2. We got a couple of extra point field goals. 14-0. Indiana with an early lead. 5 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. You're listening to Indiana Little Indian Football on AM 1450 WDAD 100.3 FM and the Trib Live Sports Network.
Judge, because my story is like so many of yours. Born and raised here, I worked my way through college and law school. As a prosecutor, I'm tough. If you deal drugs, you go to jail. If you're a violent criminal, you go to jail. If you prey on children or seniors, you go to jail. I'm running for judge because we need someone with experience in protecting our community. I'm Gina Force, and I'm asking for your vote. Paid for by Gina Force for Judge.
So, our 2 drive summaries, 1 play, 35 yards, 15 seconds, ended up in a 30-yard McFarland run. 1 play, 12 seconds, 54 yards, ended up in a Wilson touchdown run. So, Luther Ford drive summaries, that's pretty interesting.
Luther Ford or First Commonwealth?
Luther Ford drive summary.
Okay.
First Commonwealth, we'll do the quick stats here, which we should have some to talk about as this kickoff ball is on the ground. Indiana's on top of it.
Was that Hodak? Blake Hodak came up with the ball, and Indiana's back in business.
And Derry is just stunned right now. The Indiana, first the defense making some huge stops, just shutting down this Derry offense. The Indiana Little Indians offense now getting the ground game going. And now the special teams comes up with a big play, and they get a turnover.
Yeah, it's, we talk about penalties, turnovers, and unfortunately Derry has done a lot of both tonight.
So Indiana's going to have the football at the Derry 34-yard line. Boy, they've had some great field position to start. 4:50 left to go. The pass is going to be thrown deep down the field and into and out of the hands of the receiver. I thought he might have had him there.
Yeah, Anthony Kowchuk was behind him for a step. There was a nice play by Derry's defensive back to come down and make a play. I believe that was number 29, Nate Gray, on the coverage. But, that's something we haven't seen. Last week, Indiana didn't attempt to pass. Now here we are, and they took a shot off the turnover. I like the call.
And it was a nice-looking ball, just a good defensive play. Here is Wilson going in motion. Van Leer is going to turn the football up the field, but a nice play here as for Derry. Number 52 makes the tackle. That is Braden Mackinac.
So Fox got about 1.5, maybe 2. The ball's on the 33. 3rd and 8 now.
Receiver split left and right. Here comes Wilson in motion again. He's going to get the pitch. Same play he scored a touchdown on. He's going to have the edge. He's going to come into the end zone. Not in the end zone, but for a first down.
He's in the red zone.
He's in the red zone is what I meant to say. But, again, he got the edge, and that was a great run. And same play.
And, again, complimentary football. Liam McFarland came out on the edge, sealed the corner, and allowed Corbin to just take it and turn the corner and get positive yardage.
14-yard pickup for Wilson. So in those 2 plays, he's got 68 yards. First Commonwealth quick stat right there. And here is going to be Van Leer, who's going to keep it himself. He's going to have some running room as he takes it to the 15-yard line, lowers the shoulder as he takes it down close to the 5. They're going to put him out about the 6-yard line. Great blocking again for Indiana. That was an easy run. Well, nothing's easy. Easy for me to say up here. It would have been very difficult for me. But
yeah, me
for
too.
Van Leer, certainly showing no signs of any injury with that run. Nice-looking run.
And that was a little wrinkle on their follow play. Fox took it a little wider off tackle as opposed to Devin. We like to see him go inside a little bit.
12-yard pickup, and he's going to fake the handoff and carry it again. Is he going to push it inside the 5-yard line? I think he's going to go down to the 4.
Actually, I think he did give it to Harrington, and he was trying to push Harrington along.
Oh, well. So either way, it's going to be about a, they'll give him 1 yard on the pickup.
Yeah, it looks like it's right around the 6-yard line.
It's going to be second down and goal from, the nose of the football is on the 5. So second down and goal, Indiana leading 14-0, 2:56 left to go in the first. Here is Wilson going in motion. The give is going to be to Harrington again. He's going to push it into the end zone. No signal yet. But
yeah,
boy, it sure looked like he got it, and now he did.
And the side judges called it immediately.
Zach Harrington, the 5-yard touchdown run, Indiana on the board for the third time here in the first quarter. 5-yard run for the touchdown for Zach Harrington. What a job they have done. If that hadn't been for the fumble, it would be a near flawless first quarter.
Yeah, and Indiana's offense is basically doing whatever they want right now. So hopefully they can keep this up.
And another extra point is good. Well, we're going to keep it right here since we are kind of caught up with our commercials here for the first quarter. We'll do a quick recap of what has happened in this game. Indiana, their first offensive possession, they fumbled the football. Their defense has been tremendous. They have stopped Derry on every single series that Derry has had. I don't believe Derry has gotten one first down yet in this football game.
No, and in fact, they had one run for 14 yards, and then they got a 15-yard penalty.
So
it wiped that positive play out, and that would have given Derry a first down.
But at the 7:05 mark, Indiana finally got into the end zone. Liam McFarland, 30-yard touchdown run, 7-0. That was a one-play, 35-yard drive in 15 seconds. Another 3 and out, and then Indiana got the football back, and just immediately again, Wilson, 54-yard touchdowns, 12 seconds, one play, 14-0 after the extra points, and then a fumble on the ensuing kick return gave Indiana the ball at the 34-yard line. It took them 6 plays, 2 minutes and 10 seconds, 34 yards. Zach Harrington goes into the end zone. 3 different runners into the end zone so far here tonight. A 5-yard touchdown run. Indiana leads 21-0. That was our Luther Ford Drive summaries. And some good ones here to start up for the Indiana Little Indians.
Yeah, Indiana will take that, I'm sure.
And here is Catone, who's going to take the football down at about the 12-yard line. He's going to look for some running room, but he's going to be hit right off the bat. And I think that was Nygren who hit him. And nice, good special teams play.
Yeah.
We want to remind you that if you also can watch this, and this would be a great game to watch online, and you can check out WDAD's Facebook page. So if you want to go to the Facebook live stream, go to WDAD's Facebook page, and you can watch this game as you're listening to it and see all these great touchdown runs. So here is Ward, who's going to carry the football for a short gain, but again, Harrington with the stop here after just a couple of yards. 21-0 again is our score. Indiana with the lead. 2:39 to go in the first quarter, and that they're going to actually give him 5 yards on that carry. 2 men in the backfield now. 2 receivers split to the right. The give is going to be to 34. That's Catone, who's going to have a lot of open running room. There is a flag back on the play. Let's see if Wilson can catch him. Johnson in there as well, and Catone is going to take it into the end zone for a touchdown. We'll see if this one stands. That's a 55-yard, well, more than that. That's a very long touchdown run.
They're waving the flag off.
So that is a 74-yard touchdown run by Eric Catone. So that ball was all the way back on the about the 26-yard line. So 74 yards, and that was a nice hole that was opened up. And I don't think that was a different formation than I think we've seen so far by Derry, where they had 2 receivers split out and only 2 running backs in the backfield. Catone had the football, and that hole was wide open. It was very easy for Catone to run through on the left side.
Yeah, and once he got through that initial line, there was nobody there.
And so Derry gets on the board, and we'll see if that gets them going here. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout as well, as we have 4 touchdowns scored here in the first quarter. 3 by Indiana, and now 1 by the Derry Trojans. It's 21-7 after the extra point is good. 1:55 left in the first quarter. We'll be back with more Little Indian football here in the first quarter on AM 1450 WDAD, 100.3 FM, and the Trib Live Sports Network.
Buy a new or pre-owned vehicle? Want to sell your current vehicle? At Luther Ford, you can do it all. Check out the great Luther Ford inventory and drive off today, or order the exact vehicle you want. Have a trade? Luther Ford will give you a check for your vehicle's high trade-in value. If you want to just sell your current vehicle, Luther Ford can pay you thousands over KBB. At Luther Ford, you can do it all. Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City.
Evan Brocious, I think I see. 32.
74-yard touchdown run by Eric Catone cuts Indiana's lead, or cuts into Indiana's lead. It is now 21-7 Little Indians. So the defense, who had been extremely tough early in this football game, and all of a sudden, huge hole opens up, and a 74-yard run by Mr. Catone. And I think that's something that the Indiana coaches don't want to necessarily see.
Yeah, and they'll address it. I mean, clearly, like I said, once he got through that initial line, there was something wrong defensively with the scheme. So,
and sometimes it's better to you have one defensive breakdown that leads to that, as opposed to a long sustained drive where they're doing that consistently. And now you're going to see a short squib kick. It's going to be easily fielded, though, by Indiana at the 40-yard line, taken up to about the 42, 43. So they're going to have decent field position again. And I don't know if that was meant to be an onside attempt. It just was.
It looked like it was an intentional little squib kick. Jonathan Wyant came up and caught that in the air and then got several yards on the return. So Indiana, as you said, Mark, they're in great position here.
42-yard line, so almost at midfield. But we'll see what Indiana does here. I mean, they've had tremendous success the past few series, 3 straight touchdown drives for the Little Indians. There goes Wilson in motion. He's going to get the pitch. This has worked very well tonight. Another good block by McFarland, and Wilson is going to get the football to midfield. Going to pick up 8 or 9 yards. Let's say 8 yards. They're going to place the ball right on midfield. So another big run by Wilson.
Yeah, he wasn't able to quite get out to the perimeter on that one. He had to cut it up inside, but I think Coach O would take 8 yards on every play.
Well, I think the defender kind of made a little bit of an adjustment and was blocked towards the outside, and here comes McFarland with the run, and he's looking for some running room. A good block this time by Wilson, and McFarland's going to be out in the open field. 15, 10, 5. He's going to be into the end zone for a touchdown. How about this?
I'll tell you what, Derry.
We got a horse race going on.
But the Derry defense has not adjusted to the toss. That's every touchdown Indiana has except for the Harrington one. That's 3 touchdowns of long runs based on, it's a very simple toss. The guy comes in motion, and they give it to him out on the edge. And again, who set that one up for him? Corbin Wilson with the block that freed Liam. Last time Liam blocked a free.
They're helping each other out, and it's amazing. And that once they get the edge, that defense has not adjusted. And as soon as they get around that linebacker, and this is a fumbled snap here on the extra point attempt. So that's the first miscue on the extra point. But Indiana, their 4th touchdown of this first quarter. And we're going to keep it here yet again as it's 27-7. Our drive summary. Well, it was 2 plays and 58 yards, as I'm figuring these numbers out on the fly.
Yeah, 58 yards.
And the time was, 43 seconds. So our drive summaries have been awfully quick, our Luther Ford drive summaries, but they've had quite a few of them. We've had 5 of them so far in this first quarter.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk it?
That's right. And, that's a good answer by Indiana to come out and say, okay, we gave up a big play. Now we're going to get a big play. So now let's see what the Indiana defense, if they can kind of get back on track.
McFarland, 2 carries for 80 yards and both touchdowns. I'm trying to see if he had any other carries in this game, and I don't believe he did.
No, I don't believe so.
And I'll try to get Wilson's numbers here as well, as I know he had a couple more carries. But we'll get those for you here shortly. But at another kickoff, this Indiana kickoff team getting some practice here tonight as well. Derry's going to field the football at about the 30-yard line. Took a big hit.
What a good hit.
Oh. And that was, who was that? Nate Gray, 29. Nate Gray, who returned it.
Garrison Doherty on the tackle. He came through and just really made a nice tackle in the open field. So now we got to get Indiana's defense settled down and get back to what they were doing for most of this first quarter.
So I'm trying to get some numbers here too. 1:03 left to go in this first quarter. Indiana leads at 27-7. Derry has the football on their own 34-yard line. 3 receivers split to the right. Here is Ward in the backfield. He's going to get the handoff. Indiana right on top of him. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and nothing more. When they ran it to the left side, that's where they've had a little bit more of the success, but they seem to keep going to that right side, and Indiana is just, every time, they are just right there with not giving any wiggle room.
Yeah, on that play, you had Alec Clark and Zach Harrington on it right away, making a really nice stop for no gain.
I'm trying to add up some quick numbers here. But, boy, we got a lot of numbers. But 2nd down and 10. Maybe the last play of the quarter as Derry tries to run it up the middle. And another late hit. A late block away from the play. And I'm not sure who this one's going to be against.
That one might be on Indiana.
But we'll see. That a 1-yard gain on the play. And we'll see what they call here. It looked like McFarland was involved in... Got knocked to the ground with the block, but they are going to say that this one was unsportsmanlike conduct on the Little Indians, so that's going to move it ahead.
Yeah, again, you can't, this was a drive where Indiana wanted to get off the field and, an unsportsmanlike conduct. They're playing with a lot of emotion, and I see the referees talking to Jake, telling everybody just calm down, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter.
So that will be the end of the first quarter, and Indiana leading 27-7 here at Andy Kosneski Field. We'll be back with some more second quarter action. Derry has the football when we return. You're listening to AM 1450 WDAD, 100.3 FM, and the Trib Live Sports Network.
Every day, businesses open with a determination to make this day better than yesterday. Families work to create a better life. Communities come together to provide better opportunities. At First Commonwealth, we're proud to be part of this journey to a better tomorrow, to provide resources that help businesses succeed, to inspire families to save for a brighter financial future, to help support our communities and keep them strong, and be better together every day.
Back with our second quarter, Indiana leading 27-7. A couple of First Commonwealth Bank quick stats. I have Corbin Wilson, 3 carries, 76 yards and a touchdown, and Liam McFarland, 2 carries, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. So
that's efficient. Liam McFarland.
That's some great yards per carry for both of those two young men. But here we get as Derry has a first down and 10 as they have the football now at midfield. After that, I believe it was a 15-yard penalty, and the give is going to be to Maud Ward, who is going to take it across midfield now, about 4 yards on the carry.
Jake McCracken came in on the tackle there, but not after they didn't get about 4.5.
It's a big moment here. Indiana's defense, the last drive, gave up that big touchdown run. Buckled down there with a couple of good stops, but then the penalty gave the Derry another first down, and I think the coaches would love to see this defense make a stand here. Shotgun formation. Robinson in motion. The give is going to be to Ward up the middle from the shotgun. He's going to be hit at about the 45-yard line. He's only going to get a yard. That's kind of what you'd like to see.
Alec Clark really stood his guy up right at the point of attack and did a really nice job.
Again, the Indiana front seven has been tremendous these first few weeks of the season. Showing it tonight here as well. That one touchdown run aside. Shotgun formation, 3rd down and 5. The pass is going to be, tipped and really dangerous throw there. I think Harrington was involved over there.
Yeah, Harrington came on a blitz, put pressure on the quarterback, and the ball got tipped, and Jake McCracken just off his fingertips for an interception.
But had to rush that throw, and so incomplete pass.
Derry's got to make a decision. They're going to take a timeout. You know, they're kind of in no man's land. It's 4th and 5 on the 45. You know, the question is, do you punt it and pin them deep, or do you try to run a play and get a first down?
We've only seen, we're going to keep it here during this timeout, and our Indiana timeouts are brought to you by Luxembourg's Jewelers. So whether you're laying anything away, getting ready for the holidays, it's a good time to shop anytime at Luxembourg's Jewelers at either of their locations, Philadelphia Street or the Indiana Mall. But I think we had 2 passes tonight, one attempt by each quarterback, and both of them have been incomplete. Good job running the football in Indiana, though. That it seemed like last week when they did give up a couple of completions, but they also got a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
Right, and on that 3rd down there, they brought Harrington off the edge on a blitz and forced the quick throw, and they weren't able to complete it. So
4th and 5, and we'll see.
They're going to keep their offense on the field.
This is probably, given the score, 4-down territory for Derry. Ball is placed at the Indiana 45-yard line. And was that 12 men in the huddle again?
Yeah, it was.
And the officials did not call. You saw, either way, 1 man split to the left, and here is going to be the give to the deep man, and I'm trying to think of who that is. I didn't look. I think
that's going to be a turnover.
So 1-yard pickup, and that give was to, I believe that was Catone who had the football. So either way, it's going to be a turnover on downs. 1-yard pickup, and tried a different formation there, but Indiana was not fooled, and the Little Indians D, they did what they needed to do. A big stand for them.
Yeah, that was really a good job by Indiana's front seven. They really held the point of attack, and there was nowhere for Derry to run.
Ball on the Indiana 44-yard line. 10:43 left to go in the half. The Little Indians leading 27-7.
Fumbled
Ball
snap.
is going to be fumbled. Van Leer is going to pick it up, and he's going to try to run with the football. Going to take it around the edge. He might get a yard on the play, but I think they're going to place him down right near the original line of scrimmage. So, tried to make something out of nothing, but
yeah, as we talked about in the pregame, Mark, you have to do first things first. Get the center quarterback exchange. Don't get happy. Don't try to pull out of there too early. Ride the center out.
We'll cut him a little bit of a break, considering
Absolutely.
he's been doing this since Wednesday.
Right,
even though he's had experience in the past, but not a whole lot this year. Either way, 2nd down and 10. The pitch is going to be again. We'll see how this works again. A nice cut by Corbin Wilson. He's still going to be. tackled after a couple yards. I think that was Beeman who initially chased him inside, and Wilson made a move, but it was...
Yeah, Beeman was able to slow him up just enough. Instead of it being a big gain, it's a 4-yard gain, 5-yard gain.
So those pitches have worked, and that might have been the first adjustment we've seen from the defense to guard against the pitches, but now we're looking at a 3rd and 6 for Indiana. Van Leer is going to hand the football off, and Harrington has some room up the middle. He's still on his feet.
Wow,
he breaks free again.
Move.
20, 15, down to the 5. Is he going to be able to make it in? He's down to the 1-yard line. And they're going to say his knee was down at the 2, but wow.
Let me tell you, Mark, at about the 38-yard line, he put a move on a Derry player, and it was a stop and start, and he just went. What a run by Zach Harrington. My goodness.
50-yard run by Harrington, and he literally almost just went to a complete stop.
It looked like a video game.
Running back, or the defender fell down, and Harrington just took off again. And then I think that little stop and start allowed the other defender to finally catch him. But the football now is going to be Van Leer is going to try to carry it near the middle. He fumbled the football down at the 1-yard line. We'll see who comes up with it. Looks like Indiana has the ball. But we got to hold on to the football now. This too many times that they've put the ball on the ground here tonight.
And they
only once that they've lost it.
Right, they gained a yard, but not the way you want to.
So a tremendous run. Put a star on that one too by Harrington. 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Indiana already leading 27-7. Man in motion, and Harrington's going to get the football easily. Strolls into the end zone for another Indiana touchdown, their 5th of this first half. Wow.
They're firing on all cylinders, that's for sure, right now offensively.
So they're going for the extra point, 33-7. Indiana with this lead over Derry. Sure, Devin Flint enjoying this score, but also wishing he were out there being a part of it and helping him out. Extra point is down, up, and good.
Yep.
So 34-7, Indiana with the lead, 8:11 left to go in the half. It's been an interesting half here from Andy Kosneski Field. We got some more coming up, though, on with our Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Sports Night. You are listening to AM 1450 WDAD, 100.3 FM, and the Trib Live Sports Network.
Football time, and that means time to stop by Luxembourg's Jewelers and lay away great gifts for the holidays. Luxembourg's offers a huge selection of diamonds and gems mounted in your favorite ring, pendant, or earrings. Score big with great giftware selections like keychains or pens, custom plaques and trophies for that special award. Team up with Luxembourg's Jewelers for that perfect gift and lay away today. Luxembourg's in the Indiana Mall, downtown, or on the web at luxembourgs.com. Luxembourg's Jewelers, we are Indiana's Jewelers.
This is the voice of the Crimson Hawks, Jack Benedict, with some exciting news. I'd like to invite you to join me and IUP football coach Paul Tortorella every Monday night at CH Fields in the Hilton Garden Inn for Hawk Talk with the coach. Hawk Talk will be on the air from 6 to 7 p.m. every Monday on U92.5 and video streamed as well. But the real key will be for IUP fans to stop by to meet the coach, staff, and team members, maybe even grab a beverage or dinner. Join us every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. at CH Fields in the Hilton Garden Inn, Wayne Avenue in Indiana for Hawk Talk.
(34-7), Indiana with the lead. Ensuing kickoff here for the Little Indians. Going to be fielded by Catone at about the 14-yard line. He's got, not a lot of running room as Indiana's there. Bounces off a couple tackles, but that kick team doing an excellent job of pursuing, bringing him down at the 29-yard line. How about the difference in field position, too? Starting field position for both of these teams. I mean, that's been a story in itself. Indiana has been at least close to midfield, if not in Derry territory, and Derry has had a long field to work with.
Yeah, I mean, that's been a huge difference. Indiana's defense has been able to pin Derry back on the punt returns. They've got great field position, and the defense is still playing pretty well, other than the one big play.
Shotgun, here's Robinson in motion. He's going to get the handoff in motion, but Indiana right there. Harrington involved with that. Trying to see over there who else is.
Harrington and McCracken, I believe.
I think McCracken, yeah. But
gain of 1.
So a 1-yard gain by Amare Robinson. 2nd down and 9 as the ball is on the 30-yard line. 7:38 left to go. And remind you, hey, again, this is a tremendous game to watch on Facebook. If you want to take a look at that, to go to the WDAD Facebook page, you can listen to us and you can still watch this game as it's happening live. 3 receivers split, 2 right, 1 to the left. That's Catone in motion. Sidecar handoff to Ward, who's going to be tackled in the backfield, Indiana. And the ball is going to be on the ground. Indiana picks it up. They're going to say it's a live ball. It's going to take it into the end zone for a touchdown. That's McCracken
on the recovery and the run. It was almost like he was surprised that they didn't blow him down. And so he kind of slowed down and then realized they didn't blow it dead and then took it to the house.
So a fumble picked up by McCracken. What a play. And Ward was tackled, hit originally in the backfield, and there was 2 or 3 defenders there who met him immediately, popped the ball loose, and Jake was Johnny on the spot as he picked that up.
And then running a fake extra point. 2-point conversion, Liam McFarland.
And how about this? What can Indiana not do tonight?
Well, and that was set up because Derry did not adjust to Indiana's formation. And, at this point, quite honestly, Indiana probably wants to get that on film. So now their upcoming sectional opponents are going to have to prepare for that.
Well, if you're watching this game, you're a sectional opponent, you've got a lot to study because Indiana has just been doing a tremendous job. They lead 42-7. We might as well keep it right here again because we've been running so many commercials with all these touchdowns. A reminder, there is 7:05 left to go in the first half. And I was just saying, go to Facebook and watch the game. And every time I say that, it seems like another big play happens. So please go there and check it out. But we got a defensive touchdown. And, McCracken, that's great to reward him, too, because he has been playing some great defensive football these first few weeks.
Yeah, he's really kind of become the emotional leader of that defense, a senior guy who's played a lot of snaps for Indiana. So that was great to see him pick that ball up. And, I know that his grandfather's here tonight watching the game because he doesn't miss a game. Last year during COVID, it killed his grandfather that he couldn't be here because of fan limitations. But that's great to see for Jake and for his family. And, they're just he's doing a really nice job of bringing these kids together and playing with emotion.
Boy, and they're playing some kind of football game here tonight. Our Luther Ford drive summary. Well, it was a 2-play drive, but a Ward fumble led to a 29-yard McCracken fumble return for a touchdown, 57 seconds. That's an interesting drive summary, but either way, 42-7 is our score after the 2-point conversion attempt was good. This is Robinson, I believe, who got the kickoff. He's going to be tackled. Boy, Indiana is all over the place tonight, even their kick returners.
Anthony Kalchuk came down and really laid the wood on that return. Anthony's a receiver, but he ran down on the kickoff team and saw an opportunity and made a great tackle.
And we talked about field position. I mean, part of it is that Indiana has continued to kick off. So Derry, their starting field position, other than the fumble, has always been on after a kick return, whereas Indiana has had it after a turnover on downs, or a punt.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 now from the Derry 23-yard line.
Harrington and Van Leer came up.
So Ward with the carry. Ward with the carry for a short gain. Sorry, I looked down for 1 second to write a couple numbers down and got a 2-yard gain here by Ward. But, yeah, again, Indiana's defense. And they're, this holds up. We're going to be in the mercy roll in the second half. But they have, other than one run, I mean, they really have not given up hardly anything. And here we have that spread offense Two receivers left to the right. Ward in the backfield in the shotgun by Beeman. He's going to dump it off to Ward, who's going to be tackled
by Isaac Nygren.
Oh, my.
He read that screen, and they didn't, it was a screen all the way, and Nygren just stayed home and made a great play for no gain.
Yeah, not much of that. Didn't really try to sell anything else. It just was an obvious-looking screen. Nygren just had his eye completely spying on Ward the whole time and just came up and made the stop. They're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage, but they may say he lost a yard. So a -1 gain, and here looks to be a fake receiver screen. The ball is going to be thrown deep down the field looking for Robinson. That ball was well overthrown. Robinson's looking for a flag, but I don't know if that was a catchable ball either way.
Yeah, and I'm not sure he didn't just trip. I didn't really see a whole lot of contact, because Fox and Corbin Wilson were going for the football.
Yeah, Wilson was running stride for stride with them, and Van Leer was kind of coming over the top just to give protection, but really was not open. And either way, incomplete pass, and Derry will turn the football over on downs again, as I would imagine they're going to punt this one away.
Yeah, they brought their punter out, so let's see if Corbin can get another return.
He's had a couple of great returns tonight. Some have been called back by penalties, and they're just going to let this one bounce and not take any other chances. It's going to take a great roll for Derry, though, as it goes all the way down to.
I'm not sure why the Derry player jumped on it. That ball would have rolled another 3 or 4 or 5 yards.
It certainly looked like it was going to, and either way, he did jump on, and I think
But what they did there was a directional kick away from Corbin. They almost, intentionally decided, we're going to kick this down our sideline. We don't want Corbin Wilson anywhere near that ball. So now Indiana's going to be backed up.
And so maybe their longest starting field position of the night. I'm going to go back and try to look after the Derry score. Indiana started at the 32. So, yeah, this is their deepest starting field position of the night on the 25-yard line. So 5:31 left to go in the first half, 42-7. Indiana looking for more here. One receiver is one to the left, one to the right, and the give is going to be up the middle to Harrington. He's going to keep his feet moving. We're going to maybe seeing some different names here in the second half for Indiana, as Harrington's going to take it near the 30-yard line, about 5 yards on the run.
Yeah, I mean, that's the tough part here. You're trying to get your starters reps and get them ready for section play, while at the same time, we don't want to get any injuries. We want to keep guys healthy and fresh and hopefully put this thing out of reach.
Same formation here as Wilson in motion. The give is going to be again to Harrington, who's bouncing off a tackle, bounces off another. He keeps his feet moving as he gets near the 40-yard line. So he's got the first down. He almost got 5 yards more. So they're going to give him 9. Good hard run, and
he keeps his feet going the whole time. And really, Zach runs so hard. It's impressive. It really is fun to watch.
As much as Indiana would love another quick strike, I think the coaches would also love a nice long drive, taking the remainder of this time off the clock if possible. And here's the give again to Harrington up the middle. You know what this is setting up.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
That counter is or counter
toss.
pitch. Yeah, one of those two play. They're going to be keying on him, and all it's going to take is one of those two guys going around the end. There's another big gain on first down by Zach Harrington. This one for 6 yards. He's carried it 3 times in this drive, and he's gotten 20 yards so far.
Yeah, they're pounding the middle now and hopefully setting up that toss.
Here comes McFarland in motion. Back to pass is Van Leer. Fires it. He had Wilson out on the right side. Just the ball overthrown just a hair, and I think Wilson slowed up just a bit as well.
I think Fox would like to have that one back and just put a touch more air under it, and Corbin's going to catch that.
He fired it. I mean, it was a bullet, and you're right. If he just lobs that in there a little bit, Wilson catches it and probably is still running, as there was nobody out there really to cover him at all, wide open. So incomplete pass, 3rd down and 4 for Indiana on their own 45-yard line. The pitch, here it comes again, McFarland. He's going to have the 1st down and more. He crosses midfield, still on his feet after a great block at the 30. Cuts it inside, the 15, the 10. He's going to be caught down at the 3-yard line, but another great move by one of these running backs.
I'm telling you, he got out and he had a convoy, and he just did a stop and start. And the defender went flying.
Oh, and there's a flag on the play. So this one, and I didn't even see that thrown.
Nope.
The only one I think who saw it was Van Leer, who's standing there with his hands on his hips. So you know this one's coming back.
Oh, that's a
shame.
A killer there, because that was such a good run by McFarland. And that's going to put Indiana deep behind the sticks.
These running backs have done such a great job of reading the blocks and being able to cut inside of these when the receivers who are blocking out in the open field. And that was just a tremendous move that unfortunately is going to be taken all the way back. So in 3rd down and
it's going to end up being about 3rd and 12 because the penalty happened downfield, and the ball's just touching the 38-yard line.
So it ends up being about an 8-yard penalty. Net of 8 yards, and here comes Wilson in motion again, and he's going to get the pitch.
Boy.
Bobbles it, though, and the ball is going to be, he's going to have to fall on it. Now he's going to try to keep his feet, but there he is right there. Just could not pick the football up, tried to catch it on a bounce, and Indiana now is going to, looks like they're going to punt it away for the first time in this football game. This is a big loss there.
Is this the first punt all year?
Well,
I think this might
you know
be
what? It might be.
Because Brock Miller wasn't at the first 2 games. I think this is Indiana's first punt of the year.
So the ball all the way back to the 23-yard line. And loss is going to be 16 yards. So that's a huge loss on the rushing attempt, but this ball is going to be taken, and it is going to be bounced. Did he touch the football? Robinson is going to be down, and Indiana is going to fall on the ball. We're going to see what they say. Did Robinson touch the football? It certainly looks like it by his body language, and Indiana, yes. Nygren has the ball.
Yeah, Isaac Nygren fielded that ball, so now Indiana's got the ball back, and they're in business.
So Nygren recovers the fumble, and Indiana is going to take the ball back again, now on the Derry 34-yard line. Wow, we really have seen everything tonight.
Yeah, this is
2:03 in the half.
Running a guy on late, and Zach Harrington just right up the middle.
Derry cannot be happy with, and it seemed like right off the bat, they just had a couple of penalties in that first drive of the game and substitution, and they called a timeout right away. It just seemed like everything was a little bit, there were some problems right off the bat. 12-yard gain there.
Yep.
By Harrington, and Derry never really recovered. It's just there have been a lot of mental mistakes and just great play by Indiana. Give again to Harrington up the middle. We're going to see a flag here.
That's probably coming back as a hold. That got thrown by the umpire.
1:23 left to go in the half. We'll see if Indiana tries a little bit of a hurry up here to see if they can put it in the end zone. Not that they need to, but it's good practice in a situation like this for when they may need to down the road.
Let's see what the call is here.
But this is going to make it a little more challenging.
Chop block by Indiana, so that's going to back them up.
So that may, I believe, is that a 15-yarder?
I believe so.
Well, I'll tell you, Van Leer, though, has had a couple nice passes tonight. He hasn't completed either of them, but the first pass was just a great defensive play, and then he just put a little bit too much mustard on the second and lobs it in there. It's probably a touchdown, but we'll see if they go back to the air here with 1:15 left to go in the half. Indiana is leading 42-7. The ball now back on the 36-yard line, so 1st and 20. Here's McFarland in motion, and to give it a little bit of a counter move that time by Wilson. He's going to stay on his feet. He makes a move at the 20, the 15. He's going to stay on his feet and go into the end zone for a 36-yard touchdown run.
And that's
How about that?
That's the counter play they ran a bunch last week against Burrell to get Corbin Wilson going early in that game, and that was just a good play. He made a guy miss in the open field and then took it to the house.
That's the first time we've seen that tonight where they've ran him on the counter, and he made a couple of nice moves, good blocking, but these running backs have been something special here tonight, and now you see Derry paying a little more attention to the extra point attempt after the 2-point conversion was good a couple of series ago. 48-7, Indiana now with the lead. A little bit of motion there that they did not call, but either way, the extra point is up. No, they did call it. That one's going to be on Indiana, as you could see a little bit of motion from the line.
So they'll line up and do it again.
Our Luther Ford drive summary was 34 yards, 2 plays, 1 minute and 7 seconds left. I'm sorry, 1 minute and 7 seconds in that drive summary, and extra point's no good.
No,
it is good. It is good. Okay, so he did get it. So either way, 49-7. I don't think any of us quite expected this, at least not in the first half. Indiana with the lead. We're going to take a quick timeout and be back to wrap up this first half. Indiana leading 49-7. You are listening to Little Indian Football on AM 1450 WDAD, 100.3 FM in the Trib Live Sports Network.
For Judge, because my story is like so many of yours. Born and raised here, I worked my way through college and law school. As a prosecutor, I'm tough. If you deal drugs, you go to jail. If you're a violent criminal, you go to jail. If you prey on children or seniors, you go to jail. I'm running for judge because we need someone with experience in protecting our community. I'm Gina Force, and I'm asking for your vote. Paid for by Gina Force for Judge.
Oh, we just needed the one there. I'm sorry. That's okay. Give it right back after this, please. Seems like it's a little bit of an extended break there anyways.
Yeah.
We are back at Andy Kuzneski Field live from our S&T Bank broadcast booth. The ensuing kickoff after the touchdown by Wilson, and it's going to be taken by Robinson at the 30-yard line, down to about the 32 before he's going to be brought down. Man, our
Connor Burdick on that tackle. Good to see Connor out there. He's a senior program guy. He's done a nice job, and he's playing on the defensive front tonight. Good to see him making an impact.
Our first half recap may take the entire halftime, as we are at a 49-7 score. Derry now is going to have the football at the 31-yard line, 1st and 10, 51 seconds left to go in the half. Empty backfield here for Derry, and they are going to be hit and sacked. Beeman goes down. I think
Alec Clark was there, and so was Owen Clifford.
So I think Clifford kind of forced the Beeman to step up, and he stepped right into Alec's arms. Dropped. Sack. And Derry's going to have to run one more play at least, but that sack is going to be about a 7-yard loss. So here he goes, empty backfield again. He's going to fire it deep down the field. The ball is going to be tipped, and ooh, big hit by Van Leer on Robinson just as he touched the ball. And Harrington there looking maybe to try to grab the pick. Did hit the ground, incomplete pass, but that was a dangerous pass as Indiana's in a prevent defense.
And Derry's coaches are really fired up. They thought that was a defenseless receiver type of hit.
It could have been.
They were going for the ball.
They certainly were, but that's the kind of call that you'll see them make even though it technically wasn't a bad hit.
Right, to protect the players, but he hit him in the shoulder. It wasn't.
It was a clean hit, yes. So empty backfield again. Spread formation. The ball is going to be thrown up. It was going to be almost, wow, great play by Harrington.
Yeah,
Robinson had it in his hands, and Harrington just knocked it away.
And Zach just came up and smacked it right out of his hands.
So 4 seconds left. Every time we think that they only have one more play left, this time they really do only have one more play. Well,
it's 4th and 17.
Anything can happen, but it's 4th.
They're
and
sending out their punter, it looks like.
And if you're Indiana, you might just let this one roll.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd put anybody back. It looks like they're going to put Evan Brocious back deep.
Might just instruct him, let the ball roll, go into the halftime healthy and 49-7.
Derry's running guys on late.
Boy, they've had a tough time with their personnel tonight. And here is the punt. And Brocious is going to take it. Just ball takes a knee, and that's going to do it. That's our first half. And what a first half it was for the Indiana High Little Indians. 49-7. Indiana has the lead here at halftime. We're going to come back with our Indiana Total Therapy halftime show. We'll take a look at the first Commonwealth quick stats. We'll take a look at the game recap. We'll also send it to the Trib Live show as well, the halftime show, to allow everybody to hear what else is going on throughout the area. But Indiana with a 49-7 lead. Reminder, you are listening to, we're live from our S&T Bank broadcast booth, and you are listening to Indiana High Little Indians football on IRMC High School Sports Night. It's AM 1450 WDAD 100.3 FM, the Trib Live Sports Network. Back with our halftime show after this.
And Lipniscus, Hutton Blues Insurance of Indiana is proud to support high school football.
I'm Jay Blues. You can't beat football season, and when it comes to your insurance needs, you won't beat the service we provide at Hutton Blues Insurance.
Our family business has served Indiana and the surrounding counties for more than 3 decades.
Once you do business with Hutton Blues Insurance, we'll make you a customer for life.
So best of luck, area teams, from your friends at Hutton Blues Insurance in Indiana.
I'm with the voice of the IUP Crimson Hawks, Jack Benedict. And Jack, finally, you will be back in the booth broadcasting the Hawks. How good does that feel?
Mark, I'll tell you what, I can't wait. It is about time that I get back there.
And we'd like to invite your business to join our Hawks Booster Club.
That's right, back the best, the IUP Crimson Hawks, and help us sponsor the games for thousands of listeners on air and online. Check out the Crimson Hawks Sports Booster Plan, which is attached.
The Indiana County Technology Center Adult Education Program offers a variety of career pathways for adults. Whether you're looking for a new career or simply just learn new skills, ICTC's selection of diverse programs will help you achieve your goals. Our programs are tailored to fit your needs and offer industry-specific certification opportunities. Call today at 724-349-6700 to find out how we can help you become more successful.
And we are back. We're live from our S&T Bank. on the night, and that series in particular was Mr. Harrington. He had 50-yard runs. He just completely stopped. Almost like a video game.
We've had 44 fumble coverage touchdowns.
And then there were two plays this time, but he fumbled.
Tied him 7.
Jake McCracken
But that pressure run for more than
he was in for the Indiana team in 57 seconds after the point. Derry has a 3 and out. They punt it away. Indiana, they finally get stopped. Nygren jumps on the ball. Indiana hits the football right back. Great special teams by the Little Indians. Next play, 2 plays, 34 yards, a minute and 7 seconds. Gordon Wilson with his second touchdown of the night. This is a great counter. He had a great move on this, on that carry as well.
I was doing the stats.
It started, boy, they made the guys miss 36 yards. Extra point was good. 39-7, and ended half-ended after a sack and a couple of violations. I'll tell you what, let's take it.
So 28-29 statistics are perfect. And then they're going to go for like 10 years. All you can get is like a touchdown. 3 yards. It's not like stats today. So what I have, like
loaded
30 yards, 4 carries, 4 yards, they're a touchdown. You don't get the split stat. But 1938, somehow the stats right here. And then again, they kind of play still.
This is just a halftime break run. Send it back to us. I'm going to want to go get the first live show. This will be the first time our quick stats out. So if good Jim go to run this break, the right into the Crib Live halftime show, and then right after that halftime show, right into the next game.
They always, Bernie always talks about no one ever get track of this.
So they go all the way through.
It's at 35 and 4 interceptions. And it's never there. Yes, it's not really. He's in that.
You know, the wonder if maybe it's kids.
He had his brothers, they got
Racing came out.
They're not what they've been.
No.
Back the old film days, Jack Hurts used to be a film guy, and he came back. The guy that did the film was so they would go down to the Greyhound bus station and he was dropped off the film. To take down to Johnston, that's what they got. And then somehow they got him back. Or something like that. And eventually got into VCR stuff.
You miss the days of Compton Spice.
Yeah. Jack Hurts used to get us. He used to go down to the bus station and drop off the film tape and send to Johnstown to get
developed.
Yeah.
The IUP did the same. I remember knowing my dad, we would meet right outside Evansburg, like a Monday corner or somewhere, on the street, always right up the street. And that's where they
The Indiana County Technology Center Adult Education Program offers a variety of career pathways for adults. Whether you're looking for a new career or simply just learn new skills, ICTC's selection of diverse programs will help you achieve your goals. Our programs are tailored to fit your needs and offer industry-specific certification opportunities. Call today at 724-349-6700 to find out how we can help you become more successful.
I'm Joe Pittman. Indiana County and its neighbors in the 41st District are Western Pennsylvania. Hardworking, independent people, the energy supplier to millions. We need a voice in Harrisburg, and I humbly ask for your vote for Senator from the 41st District.
You won this year's chili cook-off. Our girls played in the softball finals last spring. You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
He remembered my name.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense. Jeff, Mary, Dan, Sarah.
School football time, and that means time to stop by Luxembourg's Jewelers and lay away great gifts for the holidays. Luxembourg's offers a huge selection of diamonds and gems mounted in your favorite ring, pendant, or earrings. Score big with great giftware selections like keychains or pens, custom plaques and trophies for that special award. Team up with Luxembourg's Jewelers for that perfect gift and lay away today. Luxembourg's in the Indiana Mall, downtown, or on the web at luxembourgs.com. Luxembourg's Jewelers, we are Indiana's Jewelers.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here. at IRMC.
This is the voice of the IUP Crimson Hawks, Jack Benedict, inviting you to follow the Hawks home and away on U92.5 FM and at U92radio.com. Start your Saturday game day with another Indiana County tradition, the Luther Ford High School Coaches Corner Show, every Saturday morning on WDAD AM 1450, 100.3 FM, and on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Since 1969, Luther Ford's High School Coaches Corner, every Saturday from 8 to 10 on WDAD. This is the voice of the Crimson Hawks, Jack Benedict, with some exciting news. I'd like to invite you to join me and IUP football coach Paul Tortorella every Monday night at CH Fields in the Hilton Garden Inn for Hawk Talk with the coach. Hawk Talk will be on the air from 6 to 7 p.m. every Monday on U92.5 and video streamed as well. But the real key will be for IUP fans to stop by to meet the coach, staff, and team members, maybe even grab a beverage or dinner. Join us every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. at CH Fields in the Hilton Garden Inn, Wayne Avenue in Indiana for Hawk Talk.
Our total was $827, so the winner's going to be getting $414. Meet the person by the table by concession stand. Again, get out your red ticket. 50-50, your number's coming up here in 10 seconds. Holy cow, I was 3 numbers away. I'm not the winner. I'm almost the winner. Here's the number, 1437110.
We had 6 rushing. Indiana had 25 carries for 276 yards. Derry had 18 carries for 99 yards. And 70-some came on the 1 carry?
75.
74, 75.
74 or
so,
75, yeah.
There were 2 turnovers. Derry had 2 turnovers. Indiana had 1. So as far as individuals, Zach Harrington, 9 carries, 101 yards. Corbin Wilson, 6 carries, 100 yards. Liam McFarland, 2 carries, 80 yards. And Fox Van Leer had 6 carries for 16 yards. And as far as the touchdowns go, I'll leave that to you, Mark, because there was a lot. And I know for sure that Jake McCracken had one on the scoop and score on the fumble.
He did, yes.
But, otherwise, this has been a total domination by Indiana. They got the game going with the toss sweeps, and really Derry had no answer. And when they finally did kind of adjust and make one play on Corbin Wilson, then Coach Overdorf said, okay, we'll just give it to Zach Harrington, and he pounded the ball up the middle. But what impressed me more than anything is the play of our offensive line. We keep talking about these are young guys, new guys, fully all 5 linemen are new, and they just did a tremendous job opening holes and sealing the edge. And the running backs have blocked for each other. Unselfish play tonight, and it's really great to see from Indiana.
So I'm trying to get the touchdowns here. I've got 2 for McFarland, and 2 for Wilson, and 2 for Harrington, and 1 for McCracken.
Yep.
So that's our 7 touchdowns. That's 49 points. So Yeah, and McFarland also had a 2-point conversion attempt that was good. So
yeah, and the other thing we got to note is having Brock Miller back.
Yeah.
You know, he's been perfect on extra points. There was a one botched hold. That's not his fault. But the ones he actually got to kick, they've gone through the uprights.
And let's talk about the kickoff team too, because they've had nice kicks that have pinned Derry back, and Derry's had a long field ahead of them in almost every drive that they've had so far, and it's going to be a little different now. Indiana, I believe, will receive the second half opening, the kickoff to open the second half, but we'll see what happens. It is going to be a running clock, as we are absolutely in the mercy rule here, but Indiana has I don't even want to say both, every aspect of the game. They have really dominated special teams. They've gotten 2 turnovers on special teams. They've got a defensive return for a touchdown after a big sack. Or a big hit. I'm sorry, in the back. They've had a couple of sacks, and
they've had some good returns. A couple got negated on penalties.
Yes,
but it's still set up Indiana's offense with great field position.
So. We will see what happens here in the second half. I imagine we're going to be calling some different names here for Indiana, maybe after the first series or two. And it's tough. I mean, as a coach, you want to get your players some reps. You did put 7 touchdowns on the board in the first half, but you still like to get your guys out there and try to get them some different opportunities, and they're trying to show a little bit as they get into section play coming up here. But, you also don't want to get guys hurt, and you're in a situation where you're clearly in control of this football game, and I would imagine after a couple of series we're probably going to see, if not by the end of the third quarter, we'll see some new faces in there.
Yeah, you would think so. Coming, next week's section play, Plum comes to town. You're not looking too far ahead, but we want to get through this thing healthy now. That's the number one goal.
And I think, is that Evan Brocious maybe
Evan
back
Brocious
deep already?
Back
so
with Corbin Wilson.
Seeing a little bit of a couple of new faces here already. And here is going to be the kick, and it's going to be, I believe, Brocious is going to field the football at about the 15-yard line. He's going to find a little bit of running room as he cuts it across the 30. Still on his feet at the 35-yard line. Breaks another tackle at the 45, down to the 50, into Derry territory. He's staying on his feet. He makes a cut in the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10. He's going to take it. They kick off all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. No flags.
Man, oh day, as Jack Benedict would say.
Wow.
That's great. Evan's a sophomore. His dad actually was the quarterback on Coach Overdorf's high school team. So it's nice to see that connection. But what a run. And Indiana did a great job of blocking downfield, and Evan was patient and let it get set up.
Wow, was he?
I'll tell you, that's something.
85 yards unofficially, as it looked like he fielded around the 15-yard line and then just picked his way through, following his blocks, making a couple of great cuts. And a couple times it looked like he was going to be slowed down, and it just kept following block after block, finding holes, and took it 85 yards. What do you do? What else can you do here tonight? Extra point is good. So let's take a quick 30-second timeout. 56-7 is our score. We have a running clock, but we may not get a chance to run the clock if they're going to keep putting touchdowns on the board. Take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back with Indiana leading 56-7 right after this on AM 1450 WDAD, 100.3 FM, and the Trib Live Sports Network.
For Judge, because my story is like so many of yours. Born and raised here, I worked my way through college and law school. As a prosecutor, I'm tough. If you deal drugs, you go to jail. If you're a violent criminal, you go to jail. If you prey on children or seniors, you go to jail. I'm running for judge because we need someone with experience in protecting our community. I'm Gina Force, and I'm asking for your vote. Paid for by Gina Force for Judge.
Second recap for him. I should get an exemption. Evan Brocious comes into the kickoff to field it, and he takes it for the fourth longest kickoff return.
Tied for the fourth longest in Indiana history.
Wow.
So he's in the record book.
as a sophomore, right? So already we're seeing some new faces, and they're getting right on the scoreboard here. 56-7 is our score. Still 11:40 left to go in the third quarter. And Indiana kicking off yet again. Ball is going to be bobbled, and Indiana's going to be jumping down near it. They almost came away with the football as that ball was bobbled. And
yeah, it was bouncing around, and Catone just luckily fell on it as two Indiana defenders dove on top of him. So.
We've seen almost everything else here tonight, but either way, Derry's going to have the football at about the 19-yard line. So 81 yards to go, and just when they think they, could reverse the field position a little bit as they were kicking off, here they are yet again facing a long field.
Yeah, and Indiana's got some young guys in on defense up front. Let's see here. Josh Barkley, number 73, is in there. Number 80 is Micah Nygren.
And the ball is shotgun snap, bobbled. Beeman has to fall on it in the second half. Not starting any better for Derry. It just seemed like after that first series, and granted, Derry has the new quarterback in there as well, but they never seem to have their personnel worked out effectively. They had a couple of illegal substitution penalties right off the bat, and just all night you've seen guys either coming out of the huddle late or going onto the field late, and it's just not been they haven't been in sync tonight. Well, here Beeman has a spread offense, empty backfield, as he is in the shotgun formation. He's dropping back to pass. He's going to cut it up the middle. There's a flag on the play. He's going to take it across the 20 down to the nearly 30-yard line. It's going to be near a first down, but as he goes down, I think there's going to be another flag thrown. This could be a late hit on the quarterback or roughing the passer.
Yeah, there's a flag. There's a flag back at the line of scrimmage, too, so we may have offsetting.
And actually, we'll see how they rule that, but that should be you would think that would be offsetting, as that flag that was thrown back near the original line of scrimmage looked to be against Derry. So it was 2nd and 14.
Holding on Derry. Face mask on Indiana. They offset. They'll replay the down.
So it was a face mask, not a roughing call.
Right.
So either way, that is going to offset, and it's going to be 2nd and 14 again. Ball is placed at the 16-yard line. Well, let's say it's a 15. And Derry's going to have the football again, and we'll see what they do here. Same formation as that empty backfield stays. Beeman in the backfield taking the shotgun snap. He's going to drop back. He's going to try to fire it. This ball is a wobbly pass, but Ward is going to catch it. They're going to say he was out of bounds. He actually turned around, and the defense ran right by him as he had to stop.
Yeah, they tried to run a wheel route. It was... he tried to come out and down the sideline, and the linebacker, Garrison Doherty, was with him, and then he stopped and came back to the ball, and Garrison kept going.
He had to cut his route short because the ball wasn't thrown where it needed to be. So either way, 3rd and 14, 9:20 to go in this third quarter on a running clock. Same formation again, empty backfield, shotgun snap. He's going to be under pressure. It looks like Beeman is going to escape one tackle. He's going to take off down the field. He's going to take it across the 20. Big hit there. Big hit there by Indiana, and
Garrison Doherty.
He has laid a couple big hits here tonight.
He came.
What is he eating for dinner?
I'll tell you, he was in pass coverage, and once Beeman broke the pocket, it was like a missile. He went right at him and made a real nice tackle.
So Beeman's going to pick up 10 yards, but they needed 14. It did. It was a big stick as he knocks him out of bounds. So now 4th down and 4.
Looks like
almost was sacked and broke that. Great play by Beeman. But here we go again. Shotgun snap. He's looking to try to run it. Now he's going to dump it off. Nice play by Beeman. He's going to find a receiver for a first down at about the 36-yard line. That is going to be number 45, Vinny Dazinski. He's a freshman tight end, and that was a nice job by Beeman, who kind of broke the pocket a little bit and looked like he was going to run, and then as the defense converged on him, he was able to find an open receiver.
Yep, he was just real patient, and the receiver just slid inside as he rolled out, and he just dumped it over to him.
Trying to find out how far that pass went.
But the key is the defensive ends have to keep contained. They can't let the quarterback break contain.
So an 11-yard pickup.
Here they go again, same thing.
So, and here goes again. Beeman is going to carry the football. He's going to be knocked out of bounds.
Liam McFarland on that tackle, but it's good for a first down.
And so Beeman finding some running room. And he's going to pick up 12 yards on that carry.
And now we're going to see Owen Clifford come back in at the defensive end.
Well, Indiana still has a number of
Indiana's
they have some subs that are still in there, but I don't think they like.
Yeah, they have Jonathan Wyan in at linebacker. Micah Nygren's in as well. So they're subbing some guys, but Owen Clifford's back in now at end.
And there's some movement there. So Derry now, after the first down, they have the football at the 48-yard line, their own 48-yard line. Putting together a decent drive here. Really, Beeman has been doing a nice job on this drive, but a procedure call, going to push it back. They have really been plagued with penalties here tonight. Remind you, if you are able to watch this game on WDID's Facebook page. Here comes Beeman as he's rolling, trying to get out of the pocket, but he is going to be grabbed
by
and
Owen Clifford.
Oh, he went back.
And there's going to be a personal foul on Derry. Came in and hit him late, but as we just said,
I don't know. Owen's pleading his case to the official, and I don't know if they're going to say that he got hit with something. I don't know. Wow, he got hit late, well after.
Oh, now 62 came off and threw his helmet.
And the officials had their backs turned. Nobody saw it. Boy, really frustrated down there. That young man's got to be very, very careful. Get ejected, and then you don't get to play in the next game either.
But we just said how Owen Clifford came in the game to seal that edge, and he did a great job keeping Beeman under control as he rolled, and that was going to be a personal foul on Derry.
Yeah, I wonder why Clifford was pleading with the official there when they called it. So I don't know. Either way, this is going to push the football back. It's second down and a mile here at the 24-yard line after that sack. Here is Beeman.
Oh, boy.
And Beeman is going to break the pocket. He's going to find some running room, but he's got an awful long way to go, and I don't know if he's going to be able to make it there.
Beeman ran into his own guy. He ran into number 22 there, Ahmed Ward, and then Garrison Doherty made the tackle after he hit Ward. So
third and 21.
So what was the loss on the sack?
Well, it was 2nd and 30, so now it's 3rd and 21.
So either way, Beeman took the sack, the penalty, then had a nice run. Now he's going to try to take it and break the pocket again. He fires it down the field. The ball is going to be tipped in the air, and nobody's there for Indiana to be able to get it. But two receivers tried to converge on it. They bumped into each other, and Indiana's D right there to also knock the ball up in the air.
Liam McFarland was there. Micah Nygren, Garrison Doherty, they all converged on the ball in pass coverage. So that's going to bring up 4th and 21.
So either way, incomplete pass and a 4th and 21 call here from Derry's own 37-yard line. I mean, you'd think they'd punt this one away, but at this point, and it is a running clock, so 3:40 left to go here in the third quarter. Indiana, again, leading 56-7, and Derry is going to go for it here on 4th and 21. You don't see this too often, but spread offense down the field. The ball is going to be tipped, almost intercepted by Indiana. I think that was Doherty who Garrison Doherty almost had that football.
Yeah,
but either way, it's going to be a turnover on downs.
it's one of those things where with the field position, you're glad he just knocks it down, but I'm sure there's a part of him that wanted to catch it and say, hey, I got an interception. But Indiana's
It's always nice to get an interception.
Yeah, but, you got to know the situation, and looks like Derry's going to call a timeout maybe.
So we're going to take a timeout as well. Let's take a 45-second timeout. We don't say that too often. 3:03 left to go in the third quarter. Indiana leading 56-7 over Derry. Back after 45 seconds here on AM 1450 WDAD 100.3 FM and the Trib Live Sports Network.
In Lipniscus, Hutton Blues Insurance of Indiana is proud to support high school football.
I'm Jay Blues. You can't beat football season, and when it comes to your insurance needs, you won't beat the service we provide at Hutton Blues Insurance.
Our family business has served Indiana and the surrounding counties for more than 3 decades.
Once you do business with Hutton Blues Insurance, we'll make you a customer for life.
So best of luck, area teams, from your friends at Hutton Blues Insurance in Indiana.
It'll be interesting.
All right, Indiana has a new quarterback in there now. He's number 11, Trevor Smith. New quarterback in there, Connery. And the new rush is the new wing in, number 10.
And we are back here, 3:03 left to go in the third quarter. Indiana 56-7, and we got a big run right off the bat. Indiana is going to take it into the end zone for the touchdown, a 37-yard touchdown run right off the bat.
Garrison Doherty.
I was going to let you try to call that one if you wanted.
No.
What a run!
The hole opened up, and he just found daylight, and showed a little bit of burst. And if Doug Steve were here, he'd say he didn't get his speed from me. So
37-yard touchdown run. Garrison Doherty gets the first carry of this game. He makes it count. It's a nice yards per carry for him.
Yeah. That's his jersey number. It's easy to remember.
62-7. Extra point is up. Gets it off after a little bit of a rush, and it's good. We're going to keep it here. So we have one play, 37 yards in 10 seconds. That's a Garrison Doherty 37-yard touchdown run. That is our Luther Ford drive summary. Our drive summaries have been brief. We've had many of them, but they've been brief.
Yep. And we'll throw in a first Commonwealth quick stat, 37 yards on the drive.
That's right. That's right. Extra point was good, 63-7. So Indiana with the lead. What a game they've had. I mean, this has been an impressive game here for the Indiana Little Indians, and that you need a game like this as they head into next week, and it's going to get tougher. It's going to get a lot tougher here in the next couple of weeks.
Absolutely. I think Coach O's got to get these kids to understand that, hey, look now. All right, you played well against Burrell. You played well against Derry. Let's continue the momentum, but understand that we get into section play now. Indiana's going to be in section play, and they got a Plum team that's coming in here that, they've started off a little bit slow, but they've played good people. So that should be a dogfight. If you're around next Friday night, come out to Fifth Street Stadium and see this high-powered offense as they open section play.
So Catone's still back deep to receive the kickoff. I'm trying to read the number of the other young man down there. I can't. He's not allowing me to do that. So the kick is going to be received by that same person, of course, who's at about the 25-yard line, crosses the 30. Going to take it about the 32.
Jonathan Wyant on the tackle for Indiana. He's a sophomore getting some playing time now.
They are going to say it's about the 33-yard line.
Now Indiana's going to substitute a little bit more on defense. We got some young guns in here. Let's see who we got. Rocco Cosentino's on the field. Micah Nygren. Looks like at linebackers now. I'm trying to see.
Some of the numbers are tough to read.
Yep. Colton Augustine is in the game. He's a freshman. He's going to be in at outside linebacker. Mikey Boyer is now in at defensive tackle.
I think that's Ward now in the shotgun at quarterback, and he's going to drop back, and he's just going to tuck it away and run.
Augustine got held on the edge.
So,
it's coming back.
Ward is going to pick up a first down as he crosses midfield. A nice run, just kind of...
Anthony Kowchuk was on the tackle, but that's going to come back. It was a blatant hold. The tackle just held Colton Augustine on the edge there. Griffin Pribish was also in and on the tackle, he and Anthony Kowchuk.
And a different look that time. And actually, I thought Beeman did pretty well the last drive that they had. I thought he moved them down the field nicely. I mean, for kind of being thrown in there too as the starting quarterback was unable to play here for Derry tonight. But either way, they're going to and the hold was well in the backfield, so that 10-yard penalty is going to be a lot more than that, as it's going to be taken all the way to the 16. So was that 5 yards in the backfield was the hold. Clock's still running here, 35 seconds, and with the mercy rule, the running clock, and the snap is going to be to Ward. He is going to fire a pass down the field. He has Beeman, who makes the catch. Well, Beeman has been on the other end of throwing the football, and this time he is out as a receiver and makes the catch from Ward.
Yeah, and Anthony Kowchuk came up and made the hit. I thought he was going to separate the ball, but just got there a second late. But now it's still 2nd and 15.
So a 10-yard pickup there. That may be the last play of the third quarter. We'll see how quickly. They only got 3 seconds left. They're not going to get this play off. So our third quarter, he did. Yep, no, he didn't. I was going to say there was no way he was getting that off. Third quarter comes to a close with the Little Indians, a monster 63-7 lead right now as we head to the fourth quarter against Derry. You are listening to Indiana High Little Indian football on AM 1450 WDAD, 100.3 FM, and the Trib Live Sports Network.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense. Oh, now you do your job.
You won this year's chili cook-off. Our girls played in the softball finals last spring. You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
He remembered my name.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense. Jeff, Mary, Dan, Sarah.
Nice run by Ward. Gets about 10 calls in the yard.
As we come back, Ward takes the snap in a spread offense. He's going to try to run it around the right side, or he's going to have some running room as he picks up 5, maybe 10 yards. He's still going to be about 5 yards shy, as Kowchuk, I think, was the one who finally brought him down for the Little Indians. Nice hard run by Ahmad Ward, who is now at quarterback. He's now in the shotgun with 3rd and 6. Takes the snap. He drops back to pass. Fires a pass down the field. It's going to be nearly intercepted and then caught by Derry. Derry has the football down at the 40-yard line. Now down to the 34-yard line. So that was Catone, who ball looked like it was going to be picked and going the other way for a touchdown, and instead it goes into the arms of Catone. So the defender just missed it. And Catone with a huge catch down the field, a first down. And they're going to take it, to
the 32-yard line.
Down to the 32, so that's a 34-yard pass play. And here is Ward again. He's going to make one guy miss. Almost
Colton Augustine
stays on his feet and tripped up for a loss.
Colton Augustine did a good job of coming in from the defensive outside linebacker and making that tackle.
So he's going to lose Well, about 3 yards on the play. So second down and 13. A new look Derry offense here on this drive with Ahmad Ward, who has been the running back all game, is now on the backfield, and actually Beeman is out as a receiver.
Yeah, and
who's been the quarterback.
Coach Skillings is just trying to find something so that they can go into section play with something positive.
And here is Ward back to pass. He's going to find Catone again. Catone wide open across the middle of the field, and he's going to be able to find some running room and gets the first down.
Looked like Rocco Cosentino on that tackle. And Griffin Prebish.
Linebackers came up, and Catone came across the middle, and Ward found him wide open. Nobody home, so 14-yard pickup.
Ward's really done a nice job of finding the open receivers and being patient and not trying to force it.
Normally you throw a running back there, their first instinct is just to take off with the football, but I thought he's been very patient and has done a nice job reading the defense. Spread formation here on 1st and 10 from the Indiana 21-yard line. Now here is Ward. He's trying to roll to the right. Fires, looking for Catone again, but this time it's going to be short. Incomplete pass.
Griffin Pribish was on tight coverage there on Catone from his linebacker position. And, this is good, Mark, for our young kids to get in this game. The JV game was canceled this week, so they don't have a JV game to play tomorrow. So that the fact that they're able to get out there on Friday night and make some plays of consequence and get on film so their coaches can coach them.
So we're looking at 2nd and 10. The ball is placed on the Indiana 21-yard line. Little Indians with a 63-7 lead here. Here is Ward. He's going to take it up the middle. Finds some running room as he crosses the 20, 15, 10. He's going to take it into the end zone. Looks like he got in. He did. Nice run by Ahmad Ward as he gets into the end zone. 21-yard pickup for the score. And offense is doing okay now for Derry. And granted, they're playing against some younger players here for the Little Indians, but at the same time, give credit where credit is due. Ward has done a nice job, and 21-yard score.
He was real patient. He set up. It was just a quarterback counter, and then he got the edge, and they got a couple good blocks. And like I said, Derry's looking for anything positive they can find right now.
So we have a timeout. We're going to take a quick timeout as well. Let's take a 60-second timeout here with Indiana now leading 63-13. The extra point will be next. 8:32 left to go in this game. Indiana with the lead. They're going to win comfortably here tonight. You're listening to Indiana High Little Indian Football on AM 1450 WDAD, 100.3 FM, and the Trib Live Sports Network.
Every day, businesses open with a determination to make this day better than yesterday. Families work to create a better life. Communities come together to provide better opportunities. At First Commonwealth, we're proud to be part of this journey to a better tomorrow, to provide resources that help businesses succeed, to inspire families to save for a brighter financial future, to help support our communities and keep them strong, and be better together every day.
For Judge, because my story is like so many of yours. Born and raised here, I worked my way through college and law school. As a prosecutor, I'm tough. If you deal drugs, you go to jail. If you're a violent criminal, you go to jail. If you prey on children or seniors, you go to jail. I'm running for judge because we need someone with experience in protecting our community. I'm Gina Force, and I'm asking for your vote. Paid for by Gina Force for Judge.
Two-point conversion after the break is good. Our Luther Ford drive summary: 6 plays, 67 yards, 5 minutes, 48 seconds. 63-15 is our score. Back in 30 seconds, and we'll continue this fourth quarter. Indiana with the lead. You're listening to Indiana High Little Indian Football on AM 1450 WDAD, 100.3 FM, and the Trib Live Sports Network.
This is the voice of the Crimson Hawks, Jack Benedict, with some exciting news. I'd like to invite you to join me and IUP football coach Paul Tortorella every Monday night at CH Fields in the Hilton Garden Inn for Hawk Talk with the coach. Hawk Talk will be on the air from 6 to 7 p.m. every Monday on U92.5 and video streamed as well. But the real key will be for IUP fans to stop by to meet the coach, staff, and team members, maybe even grab a beverage or dinner. Join us every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. at CH Fields in the Hilton Garden Inn, Wayne Avenue in Indiana for Hawk Talk.
6 plays, 67 yards. A little bit misleading, 5 minutes, 48 seconds, but it was a running clock. So, I mean, that's a little bit misleading of a number there. Ahmad Ward with a 21-yard touchdown run. Extra point, there was a 2-point conversion attempt that was good. And Derry's second touchdown of the night, but Indiana comfortably ahead 63-15. And we'll see. They could try an onside kick here, as it looks like Indiana has some hands people out there. And nope, they're just going to kick this one away. Fielded by Brocious, I believe, down at the 5-yard line. Good kick as Evan is looking to take it for some running room across the 25, now the 20. That's going to be a flag. This one's going to be coming back, but Evan Brocious with another nice run. And Derry's going crazy because the kid made a tackle.
Yeah,
it wasn't the big tackle, but it was.
they're going to call Isaac Nygren for an illegal block, and you know it because as soon as you threw the flag, his hands went up and said, "What, me? No." And it was right out in front of everyone. So, but it was a good return by everyone. It was once again.
Indiana has had a number of nice returns, and one of them by Mr. Brocious went all the way for the score, but a couple of others were negated by penalties. But they've had some nice returns here tonight. Again, whether you're talking about offense, defense, special teams, and we're going to hopefully have Coach Overdorf. He's supposed to be coming to join us here up in the booth during the post-game show, and we hopefully can be able to talk to him and kind of remind folks back at the studio if we can record that interview with Brandon, Coach Brandon Overdorf. We'll have it for Luther Ford's Coach's Corner tomorrow morning, as well as reports, recaps of this game tonight that may take about a half hour to do. It'll take up a third of the entire show. And you'll hear about all the games from the Heritage Conference and more. 7 minutes and a running clock.
Trevor Smith's in at quarterback, and he kept it.
And he is going to be on the move, and Trevor Smith is going to take it. Trevor Smith is going to take it all the way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Wow.
An 84-yard touchdown run. You're putting anybody back there, and that line is just finding running room. Trevor Smith comes in, gets one carry, 84 yards later. Indiana is an extra point away from setting the record.
Right, they've tied the record for most points in a game. If they make the extra point, they'll have the record. I mean, that unbelievable that, and that's great for Trevor Smith. He's a sophomore. But that kid is one of the smartest football players on this team. And for him to come in there and just find that open space, once he hit the edge, he was gone.
Extra point. Hold is down. The kick is up. And guess what?
It's good.
Indiana has now set the record for the most points scored in school history with 70 points put on the board here tonight. We still got 6:46 left to go in this one. Indiana leads 70-15 over Derry. We're going to keep it here. I'll tell you what, Luther Ford should be pretty happy tonight because we've been doing Luther Ford drive summaries.
A lot of drive summaries.
They've all been pretty short. One play, Trevor Smith, 22 seconds, 84-yard touchdown run.
Yep. We'll take this opportunity. We want to wish Trevor's dad and the IUP football team best luck as they open their season tomorrow against a tough Kutztown team.
Yes.
Trevor's dad's the assistant head coach and defensive coordinator.
Can't wait. Can't wait for the start of the college football season for the Crimson Hawks. Missed it last year.
Yeah.
We surely did, and looking forward to seeing what they have to put on the field tomorrow. And remind you, if you're still wanting to see what happens here, it seems like when Indiana has the football, they're going to score. So jump onto our Facebook page, WDID's Facebook page, and be able to watch the live stream of this game. So you can see what this team does. We've had fireworks. Derry's last couple of drives were pretty good themselves. as they put it into the end zone. And then Indiana has just been exploding here tonight.
You want to talk about offensive efficiency? My goodness.
I mean, how many drives have been one play or less?
Yeah,
and they've just been
2 plays.
We've had there have not been a lot of sustained drives because the Little Indians haven't needed it.
Well, and that's okay. I'm sure they'll take this. You know, coming into the game, I know Indiana was a little bit leery as to what to expect with not having their quarterback. And
yeah, I'll go through and look at these after this kickoff, and we'll see just how it played out here as the kick 6:17 to go in the game, 70-15. Fielded down at about the 18-yard line, and Catone is going to take it to about the 28. So
Evan Brocious came in and made that tackle.
First touchdown, 1 play. Second touchdown drive, 1 play. Third touchdown drive, 6 plays. So they can 2-play touchdown drive. Well, McCracken fumble recovery, right. So that was not really a drive, but punt returns, and then the next one was 2 plays. So, I mean, all but one of the touchdown drives have been 2 plays or less, and that has been incredible. There has only been 1 touchdown drive that has been more than that. So here's a new player in for Derry as he takes it about a 6-7 yard.
Number 31.
Pickup. That is Nate Barkley, a sophomore running back.
Yeah, and on that play, you had Quinn Lipniskis in at corner. He's a freshman, and James Mill was in at a safety. He's a sophomore, so Indiana's got some young guys getting some action here now.
8-yard pickup as the ball is now to the 36-yard line. Spread formation again. They're going to stay in that same look. And here is
good play by
Barkley
Colton
again.
Augustine.
Barkley going to take it. He's going to get a first down, but not much more. He only needed 2. And Augustine with a nice tackle there.
Colton Augustine did a real nice job of setting the edge and making the tackle. And really, Derry's not doing anything fancy. They're just snapping the ball to the running back. It's the old Wildcat formation, and they're just waiting to see it. It reminds me a little bit of, not to compare to Le'Veon Bell, but the way he runs and just kind of waits and sees what opens and then takes it.
And they're doing some substituting here as well. But again, that's shotgun spread formation, empty backfield. This is Barkley dropping back to pass. He's going to take it up the middle now and find some running room. He keeps on his feet, keeps the legs moving. Nice looking run there for about 5 yards on first down.
Yep. Josh Barkley from the nose tackle position made the tackle. And Jonathan Wyant came in from the linebacker position.
Beeman's still out there as a receiver, as is, well, I don't have a number 12 on my roster. I do have an 18. It's Dylan Klim. So a couple new faces for Derry as well. After they're going to give him 6 on that last carry. Barkley now dropping back to pass. Looks to pump fakes. He's going to try to throw the ball up in the air. He's hit as he throws. Indiana. That's going to be interference by Indiana. They're looking around, but that ball he was hit as he threw, so the ball hung up in the air. The defenders never looked back to the football. The receiver was trying to come back, and as Beeman was coming back, he was held up, and it's an easy call.
Yeah, and, he got hit as soon as he throws, so the ball was underthrown pretty significantly, but the Indiana defenders never saw the ball. And so they were playing the receiver. And
that's younger players. Teach them, got to make sure that they're able to turn around, too. And when that receiver stops, you have to look back for that football as well. And the receiver saw it. He was trying to come back to it. The defenders didn't see it until it was too late. So the ball is now going to be placed all the way to the Indiana 41-yard line. 1st and 10 now, 2:30 left to go in the game. Here's Barkley. He is going to be almost hit as he throws, but the ball is going to be well overthrown. Had to rush that throw, though, as
Augustine was coming in off the edge and put pressure on him.
He's doing a nice job here as he's getting some plans
his name
done.
A lot.
Yes,
Colton
we
Augustine, have. For a guy that he's a freshman, this is the first real action he's seen this year, and he's making the most of his opportunity.
2nd and 10 in this 4th quarter. Ball is on the 41-yard line for Indiana, and Derry driving the football. Indiana setting the school record for most points scored in a game tonight, 70-15. Here's Barkley, back to pass. Quick throw this time. It's going to be, well, I thought it was going to Beeman. I think he did too, and they're going to say it was caught. Low throw, and it was caught. Sliding catch.
John Sims is number 12.
Okay.
But yeah, I think he was actually throwing that ball to Beeman, and Sims just happened to be behind him.
So they're going to say it was about a 4-yard completion. And 3rd down and 6. Minute 19 left to go in the game. Here's Barkley dropping back. He's rolling to his right. He's under some pressure. He's going to escape that pressure and turn around the right side. He's going to, looks like he might pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, it looked like
he needed to get to the 30-yard line, and he got that and more.
Indiana tackled by Quinn Lipniskis and Jonathan Wyant on the tackles.
So all the way to the 26-yard line. So he did get the 1st. They're moving the chains. Derry may run out of time here, though. To put together a nice drive here with young guys in for both of these two teams here. 40 seconds and counting. 1st and 10 for Derry on the 26-yard line of Indiana. The give is going to be up the middle to Dylan Klim, and finds some running room on the left side, about 5 yards before he is brought down by
Trevor Smith on the tackle. Came up from the free safety position, and timeout Derry.
So we're going to keep it here. I'll tell you what, I could try to give you a quick recap here as we go to timeout. I don't know how that's going to go, but we'll try it. So Indiana's defense stood tall from the very beginning. They actually drove the football well on their first drive, but fumbled it. They did get the football back, though, and McFarland with a 30-yard touchdown run made it 7-0. Another 3-and-out. Then Wilson had a 54-yard touchdown run, one play. Derry fumbled on the ensuing kickoff. Indiana got it back, and 6 plays later, Harrington took it in for a 5-yard score. It was 21-0. Derry got it back on the board, though, with a 74-yard touchdown run by Catone. Indiana then 2 plays later, McFarland with a 50-yard score, 27-7. Turnover on downs by Derry. Another drive by Indiana, Harrington had a 1-yard touchdown run. McCracken had a fumble recovery then and took it in for a score. It was 42-7. And, there's a lot more to get to. That was just, we're not even through the first half yet. Here is the snap to Derry. Number, is that Catone? Is that 34?
Looks like it.
So they have him back in there. That's going to be the last play of the game. So Indiana sets the school record for most points scored in a game with 70. They win against Derry 70-15 to improve to 2-1 on the season. Derry falls to 0-3. It's been a wild one. It's been a great one if you're a Little Indians fan, and we have the First Commonwealth post-game show coming up next. First Commonwealth Bank, time to be first. Member FDIC. We are going to recap this game and try to do it briefly. We are also hopefully going to hear from Coach Brandon Overdorf, who's supposed to join us up here in the booth, and we'd love to hear from him and get his thoughts on tonight's game. I'm sure he's going to be a happy coach here tonight. And we've got First Commonwealth quick stats and more. All that's coming up next here on the First Commonwealth post-game show. Back with Indiana. 70-15 victory here tonight. Monster effort by the entire Little Indians crew. It's Indiana Little Indian football on AM 1450 WDAD 100.3 FM and the Trib Live Sports Network.
Day. Businesses open with a determination to make this day better than yesterday. Families work to create a better life. Communities come together to provide better opportunities. At First Commonwealth, we're proud to be part of this journey to a better tomorrow. To provide resources that help businesses succeed, to inspire families to save for a brighter financial future, to help support our communities and keep them strong, and be better together every day.
If you could
buy a new or pre-owned vehicle, want to sell your current vehicle, at Luther Ford you can do it all. Check out the great Luther Ford inventory and drive off today, or order the exact vehicle you want. Have a trade? Luther Ford will give you a check for your vehicle's high trade-in value. If you want to just sell your current vehicle, Luther Ford can pay you thousands over KBB. At Luther Ford, you can do it all. Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City.
Let's not take any video of this.
No, I mean, and if I'm Derry, I'm not real happy because they're right over on their sideline. And I understand what they're doing. They're coming over to thank the band. And then the student section came out. I'm going to go get some stats, Mark.
Okay, please do. Yeah, I'm going to go through this game recap anyway. So you got time is what I'm saying. If you want to, yeah. Andy, if you want to, I mean, you can catch a little bit more of this down here while when that's all over, then you can kind of come back to me. It is pandemonium here at Andy Kosneski Field. Indiana setting the school record tonight for most points scored in a game, 70-15 victory over Derry. The bleachers are just broken out as Indiana, the football team, runs over to the student section to thank the fans, and then the team runs over to on the other side to thank the band, and the student section just breaks out and follows the team onto the field over to thank the band, and now the entire student group is around the huddle with the entire Indiana team. Go to our Facebook Live. Go to Facebook on WDAD Facebook page. You'll see it. The team is just so happy as Coach Overdorf now is talking to the team and the fans alike. And what a week it has been, really, for Indiana. Learning on Wednesday they were going to be without their starting quarterback and their starting nose guard due to COVID protocol, and just 2 days before a game. And a whirlwind couple of days as they are unsure what's going to happen. And instead, what happens is they come out and just completely dominate a game, 70-15. Let's take a look at this drive summary as we're going to wait and see as Coach Overdorf dismisses the team, and hopefully we're going to get him to come back up here to the booth. We're going to keep our fingers crossed at that. But so Indiana on their defense stood tall early on, and their first possession of the game, they driving the football well, but fumbled the ball, and Derry took it over, but 3 and out, and then Indiana got it back, and they made short work of it. One play, 35 yards. Liam McFarland, a 30-yard touchdown run. Extra point was good, 7-0. Another 3 and out by Derry. And Indiana gets the football back. Another one play, 54-yard touchdown run, this time by Corbin Wilson, 14-0 after the extra point. Then on the ensuing kickoff, Indiana forces a fumble on the kick return. They get the football back and take it 6 plays in 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Zach Harrington with a nice night. He had a 5-yard touchdown run. Extra point was good, and 21-0. Coach Overdorf is coming up to the booth, so just give our folks back in the booth or back in the studio a heads up that he is on his way up. And big smile on his face. But so we had Derry then on the ensuing possession. had a 74-yard touchdown run by Eric Catone, so it was 24-7. Indiana then got the football back, and 2 plays later, 58 yards, a 50-yard touchdown run by Liam McFarland. So he had 2 carries for 80 yards at that point in time. 27-7 was our score. Here comes Coach Overdorf, so we're going to hold it there and try to recap a lot of this later. There's a lot more to go over. So just how you drew it up, huh? Yep. So we are joined here by Coach Brandon Overdorf following a school record, what we found, 70 points on the night for Indiana as they win 70-15. And, Coach, I was just saying before I began what is going to be a very lengthy recap of tonight's game, but really a whirlwind week for you guys. And then to see the emotion on the field after the game by the team, the students, the fans, the band, everybody, just describe a little bit of what you're feeling, maybe what you said to that crowd down there, and how good this feels right now after the week you've had.
I think, when you take a job, you dream about not necessarily the 70 points or anything, but everybody coming together as a school, as a community, and having a little moment like that. Our student section was unbelievable, and our band, our cheerleaders, our fans. So it was fun to see those guys get excited for us and our kids. But yeah, you're right. What a whirlwind week. I mean, it's bittersweet because I got kids sitting at home that are perfectly healthy that could have been here experiencing that, and they're not. So I mean, there's something wrong with our society when we got kids sitting at home cheating them out of opportunities, but I suppose that's a conversation for another day. But our kids came in here shorthanded, obviously, without our starting quarterback, without our nose guard, without other couple key players. We were very confident. Our backup quarterback got hurt last week too in the JV game, so I think Fox Van Leer just stepped in right away, in practice, took a leadership role. He started 10 games there as a sophomore, and just said, hey, I'm going to do this for you, and we got this. And after everything that he went through last year with the 3 injuries and then breaking and dislocating the ankle and breaking the leg, and his battle to get back on the field this year, that's the stuff that, keeps you coaching and makes you put up with all the garbage you put up with on this job. So that's just one storyline, and then, our kicker has been out 2 weeks with all this stuff, and his grandfather passes away today, and he says, Coach, we're going to, I'm going to be there. And I think he might have tied the school record with 8 extra points. So, his pap's smiling down. It's just one of those nights where there's a lot of different feelings and emotions running through you, and really happy for the kids, really happy for our program. Now, Derry's down. I mean, Derry's struggling. Our JVs just kept rolling. So, I mean, we tried to get the young guys in. They played the whole second half, and they stepped up and made big plays too. So it's good. Everybody in the program was like, everything we did just went 60, 70 yards for a touchdown. And it's fun to have nights like that. We've been on the other end of that, so I shouldn't, feel bad about it, but I know where they're at too. So Coach Skillings, they got some tough kids. They'll be all right. But great night for our program, great night for our kids. Love you guys that aren't here. I'm blessed to coach them, They just keep getting better every day. We keep getting more physical. We keep getting more willing to do the work that's going to make us better. And, hopefully that continues as we get into conference play.
So you had a number of drives tonight. 1 play, 2 plays, just huge runs. That doesn't happen without great blocking. And not only your offensive line, but here you have McFarland throwing a block for Wilson. Then the next series you have Wilson throwing a block for McFarland, springing these guys. Talk about how, I guess, the entire team and how well they blocked tonight to be able to spring guys for these huge runs time and time again.
That has been like a major focus since I got here, to find some guys that would block on the perimeter, and we have struggled with that mightily over the last 3 years, and we just keep working. We won't let them off the hook. Like, that's what we do in receiver drills for 15, 20 minutes a day. because we have to. If we're going to play the kind of ball we want to play with the athletes we have. I mean, we want to bring people down to the back alley with us and play our kind of physical brand of football, and that means your receivers got to be physical too. And I think we found two guys in Blake Hodak and Anthony Kowchuk that'll just grind on guys and wear them down all game long, and I think I talked about that last week too. But and then our linemen, they're starting to get out and block that appropriately, and we are getting better up front. We're still got a ways to go there, I think, just because they don't have experience. But games like this help that, build their confidence, and things get tougher next week for sure when Plum comes to town. So we'll have to continue to get better this week.
Can we talk a little bit about the defense? I mean, it would have been easy for a lot of your guys to come out a little flat given the situations that happened this week. And you were a little shorthanded on defense as well due to the same situation. And instead, they come out, throw up a couple of 3-and-outs. You get McCracken with the fumble. You get a couple of big sacks. Your defense scores. Talk about the job that they did tonight. Again, Derry has some skilled players, so they do have some weapons, even though they're a little bit down. But your defense really stepped up from the beginning.
Yeah, and I think really, other than a couple broken plays in the first 3 weeks where we gave up some passes, our defense has played really well. And Coach Works had a tremendous game plan and scheme every week going in, and Jake McCracken's a big part of that. He's just been a dominant force. He's kind of a man among boys here early, and our linebackers are really coming along. The Nygren kid and Doherty kid have never played inside linebacker before this season. They're both a little undersized, still a little young. Isaac's only a sophomore. I think both of them have really, really good instincts, and Coach Weaver's doing a good job of getting them more physical and getting them making better reads, and so they've played a lot better here last week or two. And but overall, team defense, our physicality, our willingness to run to the football, even the big guys, and get some helmets on the ball carrier, and let people know that we're going to be there for 48 minutes, and it's going to be a tough row to hoe. You're going to get hit. And so I like the physicality. I like the emotion. I like the passion we're playing with on defense. And then I got the best defensive coordinator in the world, so nothing to worry about there.
So I have to quickly talk about special teams as well. We've seen a little bit of everything tonight, but your kick team continually put Derry with a long field to go. It seemed like every kick they were facing a very long field. Great coverage down the field. You had a fumble on recovered on the kick return. You had a fumble on the punt. You had a kick. Brocious had a kick return for a touchdown. Your special teams, you guys were stepping up left and right. Talk a little bit about the job that they did, and a mix of some guys that are starters and some younger guys on those special teams as well. But they did a tremendous job.
Yeah, and I should say, there's so many guys that stepped up tonight. We came into the season, like I said, with Brock being our kicker and punter, and we haven't punted in the first 2 weeks. And then Micah Nygren steps in to punt for us, and he has gotten so much better. It's unbelievable, So the way we practice, the way we get guys prepared, I'm proud of our coaching staff for doing that. And then Evan Brocious is a really talented athlete as a sophomore. Obviously, he needs to get in the weight room, get a little bigger. He's not quite mature to play at the varsity level at the level that we need him to. But you could see his athleticism on the kick return. And guys, we're stressing running down there, being more physical in coverage. I know Garrison had a huge hit on the one kick. I mean, he just lit a dude up, man. That gets me fired up. And the whole crowd just went, ooh, it's one of those moments. So we need more of that. We need guys willing to do that. I thought we did that tonight. Had some turnovers. Kids got on some people and blocked. Had some big returns. Too many penalties. But hopefully we just keep getting better in that area too. But it's really, like I said, a bittersweet victory, but very gratifying in the fact that we had so many kids step up and be a part of the victory and play in positions they may have not played for a while or before. And good for us tonight. Yep.
Well, Coach, we could probably talk about this one for a lot longer, but you can get down and celebrate with your guys and your coaches, and let's knock on wood and keep our fingers crossed for a more normal week of practice this week, and we'll catch up with you next week. But great game.
Well, thank you, and yes, it has been an unbelievable 5 weeks, really. I mean, with this thing, and hopefully we find a better way to handle it for these kids and stuff. And I shouldn't talk about that, but it's heartbreaking for me to see kids set home. But I'll leave it there. Thank you, guys, and go Indians.
That was Coach Brandon Overdorf on the Luther Ford Coaches Corner for tomorrow. You'll hear that interview, and also you heard it right here tonight on the First Commonwealth Bank post-game show. So we certainly thank him for coming up and joining us in the booth. And he's right. You see the emotion down on the field, and it's just like everything that happened this week, almost like a powder keg, is built up, and just by the end of the game, it just kind of exploded onto the field. And just to see how, like you said, it's like the community coming together and really supporting. And we talked earlier about 20 years ago and right. that community coming together and, not nearly the same situations or anything like that, but it's still nice to see this kind of thing where we, you have all that student body rallying around a team that really went through a lot of adversity in the past few days.
And this is a student body that's hungry. They want a winner. The kids want to win. And, you come out of the non-section schedule, you're 2-1, could very easily be 3-0 going into section play. But, hey, now it's going to get tough. Now we'll find out over the next 3 or 4 weeks what this team is all about and whether or not they can continue to move forward. But what a great night for Indiana and Indiana football. And, I know Coach O is, feeling relieved, but as you can see, it's a little bittersweet, not having some of those guys. But, they'll persevere. Next man up, and here we go.
Yeah, and I'm sure it does kill him to not have them celebrating with him. It's not just being on the field for the game, but to have that atmosphere at the end and not have some of those players. I understand.
And those are the moments that those kids will remember for a long, long time, well after. They don't worry about wins and losses, but they remember the friendships and the camaraderie. And, the student section's theme tonight was America, in honor of 9/11 and the 20 years. And so you saw a lot of patriotic dress.
Yes, you did.
Kids were dressed up, and they were engaged in the game from opening kickoff to the very end.
And, we'll just have to do it again. Make sure everybody's here next time.
Yeah,
so we'll figure
that's right.
We'll score more than 71 points next time. But I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's take another post-game break here on our First Commonwealth Bank post-game show. We're going to come back, and we'll continue with our game recap. I believe when we left off, we were looking at a 27-7 score in the first half. We got a lot more to go, considering they 70 points tonight. But you are listening to our First Commonwealth post-game show, First Commonwealth Bank. Time to be first member FDIC. More with the post-game show coming up next on AM 1450 WDAD, 100.3 FM, and the Trib Live Sports Network.
Okay, so you want to hear a crazy stat?
Yes.
We ran 4 plays in the second half on offense. 4 plays.